Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 104. This week we will be talking about the Milwaukee Rallycross Region Event number 2, hosted at Byron Motorsports Park. But first, we got to go through the usual joke of the day time. The joke is, why didn't the sun go to college? Now, it's referring to like the star, the sun, or solar system.
Yeah.
Why?
Why didn't the sun go to college?
He was too bright.
Because he wasn't bright enough.
Because he already had 1,000,000 degrees.
I was going to say he has too many degrees.
It's a star, so it's hot and on fire and stuff.
God, I fucking hate these
Aren't these jokes terrible?
They're horrible. I'm almost half tempted to just order another different joke.
It'll be the same jokes, trust me. There's no other way around it. But anyway, so this last weekend was our Rallycross event up in Byron Motorsports Park, which I'm going to keep. I said it twice now. It's too many times, but we were.
Where's it at?
It's at
Byron Motorsports, believe it or not.
It's right next to the nuke plant near Byron.
Correct.
Yeah. Crazy.
You can literally,
cloud
as you're
generators.
driving up to it, you can literally see the nuke plant for about the 20 miles.
In Byron.
Like, if you stayed on the highway,
In Byron.
What do
And
you mean highway?
the highway,
The interstate.
the interstate,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
potato,
It's not
potato,
highway.
Yeah.
whatever.
You're drunk. It's fine.
Yep.
You drive north,
And-
you look to your left, and
and-
you're like, oh, hey, drive
Look,
that
the
way.
nuke plant. All right, I'm going to get off at this exit,
Yeah.
and that's it. You
Yeah.
go to the nuke plant.
Pretty much.
It is unbelievably simple for us to get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michael and I met at the Hardys at 6:45-ish. Andy didn't make it there.
I texted you at like 6:45.
It was like 6:55.
Yeah.
You know,
55.
the first event, didn't you all give me shit? Oh, you're going to be late. You won't get up that early,
No.
blah, blah, blah.
Well-
and I was the first fucking one there.
You know, I jokingly said, I'm like, hey, guess what? You're going to be sitting there for 20 minutes because I'm late.
Yeah, you were there 10 minutes early.
Yeah.
Because you were afraid of being late.
Yeah. I was trying
It was
to
also 'cause I wanted to
I
get
thought you
breakfast.
guys were like over planning it. I'm like, oh, like we can arrive a little bit late, you know?
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Andy shows
I mean,
up 20
technically
minutes
we
late.
can, but
And then forgot to put gas in the...
in the car.
in
So
the
I had to spin
car.
around. Yeah. I still caught up to you guys. So.
Yeah.
But regardless, the morning started off pretty well, but we'll go into what we've done to our cars to prepare for this event from event 1 onward. Andy's already laughing. I don't know why.
I don't think I did a fucking. I didn't check tire pressure.
Hopes and
I didn't
prayers,
do an oil
baby.
change.
I say
I literally don't think I did anything besides put it on the trailer.
I'm
say,
getting,
I
I'm
did
getting
a-
close to an oil change.
I literally did a total of one thing, and we already talked about it, but I'll show it again. For
Did
the
you
new
finally
people.
fix it?
I fixed my thread adapter for my pre-filter.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
The plastic one fell off at the first event after 3 runs,
So you made it out of metal.
so I made one out of metal. JB welded it onto my airbox,
Way better.
and now it's way better.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
That was literally the extent of the things I got done before this. I don't think I did not take it off the trailer, actually.
Well, and, you know, usually our big ticket items are over the winter where we have time for it to sit in the shop.
Or when things break.
Yeah,
Things
yeah.
do break sometimes. But
Things do break.
it's a Honda, so it's reliable or something, right? But
something like that.
But no, the only other thing I did was I tried removing the electric power steering fuse in that car. So the Honda Fit is electric power steering. There's no power steering pump. It's all electrified. Well, my power steering has an issue where it turns left really easy, but turning right is hard. So I'm like,
Harder.
noticeably hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
is it getting worse?
No, it's just always been that bad.
okay.
It's noticeably worse the one way. So I'm like,
Can't
okay,
one finger flick?
you can easily one finger turn left. You have to
But not
grab
right.
the wheel to turn right.
Oh, that fucking
It is noticeably different. Now it's sitting still. Once you're moving, it evens out.
Yeah,
But
still.
I'm like, okay, I'll pull the power steering fuse. That way
Manual
it's
steering.
consistently heavy both ways.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So that is a 60 amp box fuse that bolts into place.
Holy shit.
It
So I'm
does
like-
kind of make sense. It
yeah.
does move a 3,000 pound car, or 2,800 pound car.
2,700 with me in
I
it.
was close.
Race
I don't
car.
know,
But
man.
I'm like, okay, this might actually free up like 1 horsepower too. Like this would be awesome.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
So I
that's 30 amps less draw on
60.
the... 60,
60
amps less draw on the alternator. That should be quite a bit. Did you do
That's-
the math on that?
Well, 60 times 12 is 720, and that's a 1 horsepower is 737 watts.
Yeah,
so
so
literally
a horsepower.
1 horsepower.
Hell yeah.
Quick math, but
Stock class, you take
I-
everything. It's
I will
the gray area. You're not going to win if you're not in the gray area.
I will take every one of those chances right there.
More power, baby.
So I took that off Saturday afternoon before the event, unload the car Sunday morning. I'm like, oh, this is way too heavy. It's
Oh, this
violent.
fucking sucks.
It's like 2-hand steering. I'm like, okay, I can't do that. So I put it right back in. But
10-4.
that was
like-
It didn't magically fix itself when you put it back in.
no,
It's still hard.
No, it's
one way.
exactly the
Yeah.
same.
Okay.
But
That's like me when I was like, hey,
what? You're
we
mad?
can, what fucking, I pulled the ABS fuse. out of shitbox on the first event, and then I went to go start it up, and it started, but it wouldn't go into fucking drive.
That's just a you problem, man.
Like, this fucking transmission's out to kill me.
But yeah, that was the extent of things I did. I did not do anything else to the car between then and now. So
Nice. Well, how did
so
the
say-
how'd the pre-filter hold up?
we will talk about it when we get
Okay.
to it.
All right.
But we're in the pre-section at the
Oh,
moment.
sorry.
I think
Because Andy's,
so.
all your car had was a fuel leak and your brakes were iffy.
Oh yeah, I did do that. I forgot about that.
Did you do that?
It's so the gas tank is a U-shaped tank.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the one side is the drop-in fuel pump
Yes.
top hat thing
Yep.
that
The
sits in
sender
there and-
pump.
Is it like a flat U or is it an upright U?
upright U. Like so,
Okay,
there's two
a low
high
spot
points.
and two high spots.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's two covers in the back cargo area of the car.
Okay.
The one I replaced a while ago, like last season,
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, I am having fuel cut issues, and I just think that it's a fuel filter or it's a fuel pump itself.
Right.
Replaced
Which-
that, got a little bit better.
It is quite a bit
was
better.
happy about that. When I was in there, I noticed there was another like little cover on the other side, and I'm like, what is that?
I
don't-
wonder
just
what
don't
this
know.
is.
Why is there two fuel pumps in my car?
Yeah, kinda, because it's not the same exact shape. The other one's more round, but I'm like, what is that for? Took it off, looked at it. It looked exactly the same. So I'm like, what is that? There's not two. Like, there's not a
have a
secondary sending
redundant-
unit.
It's like a primary and a secondary, like feeds one into the other or something.
Sorta. It's what it turned out to be. I didn't know at the time. I learned this as I started getting the gas smell on the first event. I literally looked into it and I'm like, why is it doing this? And turns out it was a metal elbow on top of what I now learned is a not a sending unit, a fuel level gauge.
It's a sending unit.
But it doesn't send anything technically. The
Yeah,
only
but it isn't.
hose that hooks up to it is for evap,
The return.
which is why I had an evap code.
Okay. Because
But-
there's a crack in this fitting.
Yes, the metal elbow on top of that hat was
gone.
rusted through, and so
Right.
if you have it completely chuck full of gas like I did on the first event and then go rally it, gas will find its way out of there and then make the tank look wet.
That
Yep.
makes sense.
So I think it was another $120 on eBay. Just buy it, drop it in, be done.
you put a
That's
new
not
one
that
in
bad,
there
though.
then.
Yeah. Yes. Soaked it with PP Blaster because it's studs with nuts on them. So soaked the shit out of them for about a week beforehand. Impacted them all off. Broke one out of 6. Not bad.
Well, for them being what, like 4mm bolts or something.
Yeah,
they're
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 small.
using an 8mm socket. So
Still.
That's
whatever they
still
are.
6 or less.
8
then.
mils.
Yeah.
Fuck, you can snap them easy.
Yeah. Tried my best.
Yeah.
So I started with the anti-strip sockets, the shark
Like-
bite one, whatever.
Oh, like
Yeah.
once they're stripped out, those sockets.
yeah, like I was just like, let's just beat this one on to start.
Nut
Extractor.
extractor.
Yeah, nut extractor sockets. Yeah,
One for like to get it as tight as possible.
Yeah.
Basically.
yeah.
And they don't slip.
Well,
The hell.
two of them. The one.
They do if they're rusted enough. I
the
found
one-
that out.
Yeah, I'll say. Turns out, it just ripped the metal away. I'm like,
Yeah.
I did that for 2 of them. The
Yep.
one, it eventually just broke it. The other one, I just ended up beating a whatever standard
Yeah.
version of
Yep.
the next size down.
Yeah,
beat the shit out of
5/16,
it.
just something
We had the same
size.
issue with the transmission cross member.
Well, that's because you like rounding bolts
Yeah.
off.
No, that's 'cause they
a
were rusty
noticeable
as
bolt.
shit.
These are itty bitty. Like,
no, I put the extractor on there, rounded the piss out of it.
Yeah.
Put the extractor back on there and literally beat the piss out of it for 45 minutes. Still rounded it. And then I just said, screw it, and cut it off.
Then we cut it off.
yeah.
And then you used a completely different cross member because the other one came out fine.
Lucky for you, it wasn't different like everything else on those cars. But.
Yeah.
Right.
So mad.
So that was the prep that me and Andy got done. Michael,
Nice.
I don't think did anything. His car worked fine the first time. Nothing went
He just
horrible.
swapped the wheels, didn't he?
He just swaps the wheels at the event. Yeah. Marcus didn't go. He had prior engagements, so he could not
Yeah.
attend.
I had a high school graduation.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Congrats on graduating high school. Good
It
job.
wasn't me. But
You're like, no, I'm.
it was kind of painless.
I would hope so.
Well,
I hope
yeah.
so.
I mean, like, we had 60 people in our graduating class.
Ours
It was
was
like
52.
Oh, okay. They
Yeah,
had
because, well,
58.
we had a lot of dropouts.
Yeah,
and
yeah. We had
ours
like
did.
58 to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was like an hour and like 10 minutes.
Oh, you went to the graduation ceremony.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were talking about
Yes.
the party still.
Yeah,
No, no,
the
no,
actual
no,
ceremony
no.
at the high school. Yeah,
Party. We went to Olive Garden.
Oh.
And I got
was about to
drunk.
say hell yeah, but Olive Garden's.
you're gonna get drunk
trash.
anywhere it is. So.
So, Yeah. Had my niece's graduation on Saturday.
Very nice.
hell
But so
yeah.
yeah, you couldn't attend.
Nope.
Nick came to take photos and
Yes.
watch and hang out and enjoy the taco truck that showed up to the event.
Oh.
How were the tacos?
They were pretty
They were
good.
pretty
Oh
good.
yeah. Did you guys get any pictures?
Only
There
complaint.
is actually
yes,
one picture.
I got a picture of it, and that's where
That's
I'll
not
share
it.
my complaint.
This
Oh,
one.
that was last week.
Yeah. We didn't get to those last week.
Fuck.
Taco.
Ooh.
Steak
So-
tacos.
They didn't cut the steak up. That was my only complaint.
Yeah.
The
They
one
didn't-
looks cut, but the other one isn't.
No.
It's just the way it's in there.
That's just
Yeah.
what's in
Oh.
there. Yeah.
I don't-
No, it's just one. It's just a really thin fillet. Like
I
it's
don't
weird.
mind it.
It wasn't bad. Like it
Yeah, it
tasted.
wasn't
They were
bad.
very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of weird.
It was
Yeah,
better than no food. Like
Yeah.
I really hope they come back because
It was better than trying to go to the Subway in the nuke plant
Yes.
and getting told to fuck off.
Yeah.
From what it sounds like, is that taco truck is locked in for the year as long as things
no
keep,
shit.
as long as things keep going well.
Good.
From what I've heard, I don't know
Hell
for
yeah.
sure.
Because I
but-
got after that I went up for seconds. I got the chicken, and I think the chicken one's better.
okay.
That was very good.
But yeah,
Too
No
sad.
we had-
complaints.
luckily we had people there to get us food like before the lunch break started, so we had ours ready to go.
It's always
Yeah.
like
The
a
problem
mad
is
dash.
everybody gets lunch at the same time, so there's
Yeah.
just a pretty aggressive line.
Yeah, nobody
but-
thought to say like if they had somebody there spectating or like just anything else. Like,
So-
hey, go up and grab it now.
Yeah, your
blah, blah,
mom actually is the one that thought of it. Like we should probably get everybody's lunch.
I told I told her to do that.
oh, okay.
Did they
Still.
not like have everything ready and just had to throw them together? Or
It
were
was-
they
it was
cooking
co-
them
it was
per
cooking to
order?
order.
Oh,
Yeah.
That we can
shit.
get. then we can
Maybe
get what you want.
next one they'll prep like, hey, let's do
Yeah.
at least five of each. you know,
Yeah.
something.
That's kind of what Josh had mentioned. He's like, maybe we condense the menu a little bit. so
Yeah,
they can
for
have-
us at least,
They can
yeah.
have just like steak and chicken.
Yeah.
They don't need like I think they have 5 different options for meat or something.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
like-
Bring it down to like 3.
Scale it down, make it a little bit simpler, and we can get through the line easier.
Right.
'Cause it was
I mean,
like
don't get me wrong. I appreciate made to
Yeah.
order,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
especially
But,
like
they give us
in a long
45
period.
minutes for this
yeah.
lunch, and it still
it's
ran
like,
over by like 20 minutes.
Hey
at
guys,
least.
we're gonna have break in like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Start fucking cooking all that meat up.
Basically.
Like
but,
have this ready
Yeah.
5 minutes before we end.
yeah, but no, it was very good. So
Good, cool. I'm excited.
We'll go back to the morning.
So you're saying it will be there in June?
as far as I'm aware, Now, do
Dope.
not take my word and don't bring food unless
Yeah,
you
I'll
know
say
differently.
wait until
but
they post it in the group.
I
Alright,
believe
for
the
sure.
plan is it was a great success. They're planning on coming back.
Awesome.
Great success.
That's-
Oh, okay. So we're talking about the morning.
go ahead. Yeah.
We did get a shout out from.
We did?
It was the
Yes.
not a shout out. Sorry, we did get a fan said, "Hey,
We did have a fan
nice
interaction.
podcast."
No
Uh,
shit.
Somebody
did.
gets- I don't know his name. We can
don't
look it
either.
up.
It was him and
It's-
like his girlfriend and I think his other buddy. That came
Yeah,
up
but I
to
don't know
us.
their-
maybe
I don't know
yeah.
their names,
It's
though. I
it's
didn't
the
even
black,
ask.
the clean, simple black
Pontiac?
Impreza
Oh, okay.
wagon, Outback wagon.
That would be
Stock all.
Jeffrey Janowski.
Yes, that's him.
Him and Jason Janowski.
Most like yes, yeah.
That sounds
Yes, those
They
two.
were brothers.
yeah, the two people in
so
the black
hopefully you guys are
Impreza.
listening this time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That was like I was
Wow.
talking to him for a little bit. I was like, man, I really wanted to get into this 3rd gen body style. Like I like it a lot. I was really trying to find one to like flip on, this last couple months, and
Like-
never ended up finding one. But
Yeah, we have to
theirs
talk to
is
him for like
very nice and clean and simple.
Yeah.
we have to talk to him for like a minute, and it's like, okay, drivers, get back
Yeah,
in your cars.
pretty
We're like,
much.
Yeah.
shit, dang
Yep.
it, I'm so sorry. Like,
Yep.
we're not trying to like big famous celebrity. I gotta go. Sorry. It's like,
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
like no, we genuinely
So
like,
somebody at the
Famous.
event at least appreciates the fact.
Yeah,
that
Famous.
Yeah, that was
That
cool.
was
We're
pretty
just
cool.
4 dudes who just bullshit and drink on
Well,
Thursday nights.
Yeah, he came up to us and was like, "Oh yeah, I've been listening to your podcast, kind of like a big fan." I just said sorry to hear.
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
first Nick's like, I'm sorry.
Can I give you a refund, please?
Like,
But no, he was cool.
do not contact your ear doctor about us. We cannot be solved.
Yeah, shout out.
But yeah, that was pretty
you.
cool.
Hell yeah.
It's always,
Sick.
always fun to have something.
Very
like,
upset I missed it.
But yeah,
Well,
I show up
dang
about
Skippy.
45 minutes late.
I say we got there like
Or
8
not late. I show up there 10 minutes before.
Michael and I got there about
Time.
8:10 or so.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we took the front corner by those bleachers because nobody was there yet. Because all the Deshanes are gone. They had something going on. So we took that whole front corner. It's like, this is great.
The
We had a-
Shane spot. Oh,
yeah.
how prestigious.
I mean, that's usually where they're at. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
they're
always. But
they usually.
That was a nice spot.
over
yeah.
there.
So it's like, we're going to try to claim that next time too. But
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
we'll see. So we get there,
Have
we
to
unload
fight
our
him for it.
stuff. Yeah. Michael gets his wheels changed over. I test drive my car with no power steering. Put the power steering right back in the car.
Realize it's pretty bad.
Yep.
And then Michael and I kind of wander the fleet and see all the new cars there that we haven't seen
Yes.
before and stuff.
Couple awesome ones.
As we're kind of wandering around, it's like, hey, that's that GR Corolla. He's here.
Yeah.
It's like,
The brand new GR Corolla.
2024 GR Corolla.
For stock all-wheel drive.
And I'm like, I'm pretty sure these are quick. And I like Google it. And it's like, oh yeah, they're 300 horsepower. And there's a performance option that gives it front and rear limited slip diffs. I'm like, oh, this could be a problem for you in stock all. He's like, yeah, no shit. Like, this sucks.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is if he shows up, I'm going to get my ass kicked.
To be fair, you were getting your ass kicked by an 8,000-pound truck. But
Fuck you. He had more horsepower.
we could make more in your car. He's got to go up a class.
I was kind of bummed he wasn't there this event.
Oh, the Raptor?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I think that
Yeah,
was
I'm
like
not
a.
surprised
I did
either.
it. It was cool, but maybe I do. Like his monthly truck payment could just buy a piece of shit all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. So I feel like he could just buy a different car. to
I
do
mean,
that.
yeah.
Well,
it was
and
cool to see.
Usually,
But yeah, it was cool to
You know, the first event of the year is kind of the new people who are testing the waters to see kind of how the sport is and everything. Which
Sure, that makes sense.
the more the merrier.
Oh, yeah.
That is how the sport
But
is.
I feel like
but
that.
man, some
just
of you
out of its element there.
yeah,
that Raptor.
So some of you, I'm glad he didn't show back up.
I'm kind of glad he wasn't there because he would have had a tough time fitting through some of these cones.
yeah.
Ooh,
this
tight course?
The course was
Yes.
fast and technical.
Yes.
It wasn't necessarily tight, but if you overshot a corner, you were in for trouble.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Which, speaking
How
of
do you
that, we'll
expect
just-
me to go fast when I drive a fucking boat?
We can just go right to the footage so you guys have an idea of what course
Yeah.
we're talking about, I suppose.
Sick.
Yeah.
We'll go to Andy's number one to start it off with.
Hell yeah.
How many runs this time?
We ended up getting 7 since we had a long lunch break, so we cut
Yeah,
down to 3 in the afternoon.
3 in the afternoon.
4 in the morning.
4 in the morning. 3
Well,
in the afternoon.
morning, but you know,
Yeah.
we start at 10:30 or so.
Yeah.
But also, Andy, all your GPS data was corrupt, so
Cool.
thanks GoPro. So you have actually my overlay over your files,
okay.
but it's close enough.
Yeah, that works. But yeah, you can look at the course like, and also we're using
fuck.
even more of the back hayfield.
Oh,
Way
and we
more of
and
it.
we
Yes.
went the normal direction that we've ran last season.
We start on the inside of the course. We're ending on the
Yes.
outside. If that makes
compared to
sense.
last time where we started on the outside and
Yes.
ended on the inside.
Yeah, we try to flip flop it around that way.
Which
you're not
makes
always,
sense.
That way you're not wearing a groove into it the same direction.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, there's a big long hayfield, and we run literally to the back of it.
Oh, so you guys went all the way to the back tree line.
Yes, there's a deer stand way off in the
Nice.
background. We drove like almost to it. So you'll see it in this
Sick.
clip, but we'll run it up anyway, and you guys can see what the course looked like. So this is Andy's morning run in prepared all-wheel drive.
Yeah. Again, the only one in my class.
Can you give me some volume, Marcus?
Yep.
Is the volume.
Sorry.
So starts kind of normal. Take the inside corner.
Nice sharp turn coming into
Down.
into the downhill towards the bowl.
Into horseshoe. Andy bashing
Love
his
that limiter.
Oh, buddy,
Run
you
number-
have no idea.
This is run number 1. The course is still so stock front and prepared rear ran the first session.
Yes.
And then everybody else was in the second. So the course has already been kind of beaten in at this point.
That's good.
So I want you to pay attention from this point back how much dirt is exposed. And then we'll go to my clip and you'll see the difference.
Shit, that is pretty tight.
Oh,
man, you
it
guys
gets-
are really going back
It gets
there.
cozy real quick.
See, I thought I hit that cone. I thought I hit the one before it. I swore I hit like 3 cones this run.
Yeah.
You
So
can hear you say fuck.
Yeah, especially the more this hayfield they use, the more loose it gets, just all over.
Right.
So like, I swore I hit 3 cones.
Oh, yeah.
In minimum 2.
So yeah, here's that deer stand at the very back of it. Like that is
Yeah.
the tree
There's
line.
another, I don't know, what's that, 20
50
yards?
feet maybe,
yeah,
yeah.
there's not a lot.
Yeah, so coming into this very back horseshoe. This is all loot. Like this was just
This whole corner, I slid through the rest of the day.
Yeah, the whole
underpowered.
The whole horseshoe in the back was just mowed.
This
Yeah.
corner, right before these slalom gates, every time I came into it sideways, I could never run into the slalom well.
Yeah.
Every time.
It was like a weird offset to get into it.
Yeah, it was.
Where?
And
Right
this was
through
way.
here? Oh,
yeah, this
oh,
is. Yeah,
man.
this is way looser than it looks, as you can kind of tell.
And they were like pretty wide slaloms. Usually they're kind of tight.
Yeah, well, they were high speed.
There it is.
I don't know what happened.
Like
It
you-
was just bad.
Normally you've got some choice words at the end. That was
So,
yours.
back hayfield.
Yes.
Track conditions. Please explain.
So it was relatively dry this last week.
Oh,
There was basically no rain.
yeah.
They had the rally school the day before, so they had done some kind of track
okay.
maintenance.
But not any on the back.
The
front.
hayfield had been
so it was
untouched.
Just
fresh.
the front. They
Yes,
did.
they
Gotcha.
took and literally mowed a path in it, set cones out, and we ran it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you saw how broken up it was in Andy's.
Yeah, there are noticeable tracks.
We'll go to mine, and you can see the difference. So I'm in obviously the first run group, so it hasn't been broken in yet. But this is the
you
difference.
were,
being
I don't know, like 7th or 8th car maybe?
pretty early in line, yeah.
I thought you were late.
Or well, out of 20 cars,
Well, yeah,
when there's two cars,
middle-ish,
you know,
yeah.
middle-ish
It seemed
of
like
the
it took a
pack.
while to see you at least the first time.
Yeah, it probably was towards the middle back of the pack, but in the morning we get there, and the first thing I see is the water truck running the course before any cars
no
are out,
shit. They put the water truck out in the morning?
because the owners of the place had a graduation party to attend in the afternoon. So they're like, put as much water on it as you can throughout the day while you're still available, and then once you're gone, we're just gonna figure it out.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, they did it twice.
I think it was once before.
Once for lunch.
Maybe it was just the two. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not.
I was really hoping that they would do it more. In the
Two's better than nothing.
At some point, it seemed like nothing happened. But
Well, and usually
is-
once we get towards like lunch, if they throw the
wait
water
till you
truck
see
out,
my
by the-
very last run.
by
I
the
know
time
exactly.
that water truck finishes the course, the water's already
we've-
fucking evaporated.
Actually, we've
gone.
got something about that too. Let me just go to that. Towards the end of the day, the tractor was making laps around the course, and Nick and I
Doing
were
what?
joking, just carving it up. You know?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nick and I were joking. I'm
smoothing
like,
it all out.
he's gonna run the fastest lap of the day out there. Nick's like, I'm gonna time him.
And
So we had the tractor with the box scraper run the course, huh? 5 minutes and 33
oh
seconds.
shit! All right.
Which is actually less than the total time we spent on it throughout the day.
Yeah.
So that's 330 seconds.
Oh yeah, we had 520.
We were like in
seconds, I
the
think.
450s, I think. I don't know. I'll have to look.
Fives.
Maybe it
Damn.
is. We'll look at it later. But
Yeah.
that just made me think of that. I'm like, well, we did time it.
Yeah, the moment I saw it like approaching the cones, I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck it, we're probably gonna be here for another 10 minutes.
Yeah. So here's my first morning run. You'll see how much grass
Yeah.
is still left in this field, plus how different my car sounds than
Yeah.
Andy's.
Yeah.
But we'll just see what happens.
Also, the grass out there is about to my knee, maybe
Yeah.
a little
Oh, yeah.
longer.
Oh yeah.
Where they mowed or where they didn't
Where they
mow?
did.
Where they didn't mow, which is all of it, really.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like where you're standing to flag. It's over my knee.
Where we
easily.
normally spectate, we couldn't because it was too tall.
Yeah, the grass itself was just generally tall.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna cut and bale that at all.
I'm bringing my weed whacker next time.
Bring your own mower.
yeah.
But I'm just trying to bog through
Nick,
all this
what
in
the
second.
fuck are you doing out there in a fucking lawnmower? I'm trying to get rid of this fucking grass.
I'm racing.
But you can see how loose the car is because I'm sliding the rear of the car around right now
sure,
in my
yeah.
front wheel
Oh,
drive
yeah.
car. It gets sketchy at some points throughout the day.
It is very, very slick.
you
Don't
can
know
see-
why. It was dry as hell.
Well, it
but,
was just
like,
the dust layer on top,
Yeah.
I think. So see how much grass is in here now?
That's quite a
Yeah.
fucking bit.
There
I wish
is-
you were like the
Here we
like
go.
All that is all grass.
Oh,
all
man.
grass.
You can see me overcorrect. I'm like, it's so loose.
Well, it looks like you're on like in somebody's fucking
Yeah, yard that
Yeah,
like
so-
got just freshly mowed and you're just ripping it up.
Yeah. On the plus side, it wasn't that dusty right now.
Right
Oh,
now.
I'm sure.
It's nice and dry.
Because I had to flag this. I was flagging for Brian.
I think that's you right there, actually.
Yeah, it is.
In this corner.
Yep.
Hello.
Big slide.
Yeah.
Big slide back into
By the way, your
traction.
rear tires lock up before your fronts.
Oh, yes. Well,
So-
because as I brake, it pushes all the way forward and just locks the
Yeah.
rears immediately.
Yeah.
So
It's
it
like-
slides aggressively.
Yeah, there's a noticeable
Oh, yeah.
probably 0.2 of a second, like where your rears
It's
are locked,
lock
and
and
then
then
your
brake.
front, like every now and again, it'll catch because it's ABS.
I say,
Yeah.
well, the front's still being driven. I'm not taking out a gear either.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's still
yeah.
pushing through it, basically. But you see how much more grass there was in that back
Yeah,
section to
that-
start that?
That's a lot of fucking grass.
There was a large amount. It was very slick. I'm like, I'm like, whoa. It felt like ice.
Yeah. Well,
not
like
ice,
you
but-
got into the big thick dust that's thrown out to the side.
Yeah, you get into the outside
Yeah.
where it's just loose powder. It felt like they were kind of sucked you in, but there was no pull. It was just
Yeah.
flat like
Yeah.
that. It was a very
Traction
strange,
wise, just not there.
in a front
at
wheel
that
drive
front-
car. There was not traction.
Yeah.
I was like, the launch was fine.
The launch was
Like-
great.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
the
more
launches
talking
all day
about
were fine, but
the
corners-
back hayfield.
Yeah, corners were rough, and even like the later in the day, the more dust we kicked up, even like the normal area we run is still got very slidey.
Yeah.
So
it would just slowly get dustier and dustier throughout the
And
day.
it usually does. We usually, to the outside of the turns and everything, everybody's throwing dust and, little chunks of dirt, and it just, if you get sucked into it, you're bogged down, and you got to cut into it and try and get out as quick as you can.
Which,
but
I don't know, but conveniently is not the right word, but we didn't have many course changes. The course stayed pretty true the whole day.
Yes, couple of bump outs here and there, but like we didn't.
Just
We
minor
never took
moves in?
another parade lap.
Yeah, we didn't need a
So
second parade. Ever.
it was literally just minor
Okay.
enough.
It's like I'd come
Glad to hear.
I'd come up to the start line. He'd be like, "Oh, we moved this corner a little bit." I'm like,
Yeah.
I'd get there. I'm like, I don't know what he was talking about. I'd get
The
back.
ones my last
Not like a car length movement, just
They were
minor
a couple of
adjustments.
feet. Just
the
Yeah,
very
okay.
the very
All right.
last like my session in the afternoon, so the last of the four.
Yeah.
They moved the very
The
back,
back, yes.
hayfield corners.
Yes.
They tightened those up quite a bit. Other than that, it was pretty very,
there
very
was
similar.
nice.
there was like a foot deep rut cut into that, so we
Yes.
kind of had
Which
to.
is
there was a
totally
couple,
fair.
Yeah.
But yep.
I was just more mainly concerned of, hey, we moved this cone. Okay, go out there. And, that's a fucking car length.
Yeah.
You gotta watch the cones, man.
You only have 6.
For some reason I didn't record my 7th run.
Ah, okay.
I don't know what happened to it, but it's gone.
Dang.
So
Dang.
You want to go to your middle run?
I'll go do my fastest run because I
Ooh,
believe
okay.
that is my fourth. My 4th run is my fastest run of the day, so I
Okay.
will dive to that.
Looks like you did pretty good for the day.
You'll see. So you can already see the dust is beginning to build
yeah.
up. This is still the
Yeah.
morning session. So this is my last one of the morning session.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's last one in the morning, it was getting pretty rough, but not terrible.
A little bit harder on the launch,
Might as well.
and I'm just running first.
Got to break that new clutch in.
Yeah, me and Brian had a very similar motto of seconds too long, first is all of the rev limiter.
Yep.
Just stay on the limiter, drift the corners.
Yep.
Yeah, but you have all that torque, though.
No, who, me?
Well,
I said I have none. It doesn't. It's a 1.5 liter. There's no torque.
still.
If I can keep it wound up, it'll go.
Yeah, exactly.
Big drift.
Ooh.
Big drift.
Yeah, big catch.
Like I say, the car is loose out here.
Yeah.
Damn.
So if it stays planted, it goes quick. But I'm at the brink of this car.
Yeah.
What were you chasing? Anything specific, time-wise or person-wise, for your morning session?
So my class, it had
you were like
6 or 7 people.
mid
Hold on,
80
really?
seconds, right?
Sure. Hold on. What's up?
This wore in looks pretty good now.
It's very loose because all the grass is.
I'm sure it still looks loose, but the amount of grass that was there
Yeah.
compared to what there is now is quite a bit, and I can already see that rut coming into
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah. At this point, I'm flat foot shifting. Just.
Oh, I'm
no,
sure.
Big drift. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
What I was
chasing
chasing,
anything? Yeah.
So my class was, it was a little bit different than the standard amount of people. It was
Stock front doing with
Stock-
how many entries? 12?
no, I think it was like 7. It wasn't
Okay.
that
Oh.
many.
Oh,
because Ben
yeah.
Deshane was
Damn.
gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ours was 6 people in our class.
Okay. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So we had David Davis in his Mini, Mike Davis in his Sentra, Peter in the Camry, who on the first run of the day beat me by a second. I wasn't thrilled about that. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Eric Dietrich in the gray Mini. Charisse did not race. Like she was signed up to race, but she taught the rally school the day before.
Oh, yeah.
So she must have decided not to that day.
Gotcha.
Which is a saving grace for me because she would have whooped me. Me in the Honda, and then Evan in his Fiesta ST, which is lightning fast. Yeah. So I'm just like, okay. I woke up, I'm like, I'm chasing 3rd place because I know Evan's going to beat me. Mm-hmm. I know Charisse is going to beat me.
Yeah.
I can hold pace with Eric in the
Yeah.
Mini. Other than that,
I'll say,
it's
yeah, if
kinda-
Charisse just murders some cones, maybe.
that's
Evan is like.
That's what
I don't. I've watched Evan enough to know that he's just like. Unless something
just
breaks,
good.
like his motor mount broke the one time, like unless something catastrophic happens, I don't think he's not gonna get first ever.
Yeah,
unless something catastrophic happens, or and then like I haven't watched Charisse race enough to know if she'll be consistent. Like I don't know if she's a cone killer or not.
She's fast.
She is fast, but maybe today with it being loose, or
So,
it would have been bad enough that she would have killed some cones, and
One of
there
the
would have been a upset.
Yeah, one of the events last year, it was the first race that she was back last year. I did
Yeah.
beat her because she hit a cone on her last lap.
Yes.
It was
Yeah, I
like,
remember that.
Within a second, the whole time, I'm like, this is going to be tight. But I think that was the one I got the 3rd place trophy on, to be fair.
Gotcha.
No, I don't know. Either way, one of
Yeah.
them. But I'm like, the whole time, it's like, they're right there. It's like they would go 2 seconds faster than me and then hit a cone.
Yeah.
Consistently. I'm like, this
Yep.
is not awesome.
Yep.
I don't
But yeah,
like this.
so I'm like, I know I can't beat Evan, but I've got a great time to pace myself on and try to catch that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, whatever he runs, I'm gonna try to 2-3 seconds behind it minimum. Like try to stay
Yeah.
tight with it.
Yeah.
That's hard because he's been racing
Yes.
for like 11 years or something.
Yeah, he's a good driver, well experienced, and
Autocrosses consistently, rally crosses fairly consistently. I'm like, he's a hard guy to keep up with. So that was kind of my aim.
Yeah.
Like I know I can't catch him, but I was aiming for third. Charisse was out. I'm like, maybe I can get second. So I was kind of that 2 to 3 area.
Gotcha. So I was not at the time. At the first 2 or 3 runs, I wasn't really chasing it because I didn't really know it was possible. And the more I did, I was gaining probably 2 or 3 tenths every run.
Well, and
Zach, go to your results.
how many people were in your class?
0.
Andy.
But
Just him.
if you look at modified all,
Yeah.
I was beating them
Yeah.
all day.
So we will look at those times close at the end.
Yeah.
See if I can zoom out a little bit. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I was comparing myself to mod all, and I
Which
was
is
doing really, really well.
What you did last event.
Yes.
Event 1.
Yeah. Oh, actually, and mod front because it was the SRT for
yes.
Neon.
That thing's
Yes.
I
Oh,
like
that thing!
car.
I wanted it to be here so I could pay. I wanted to just see. I was like, maybe it's just that course. I would have been comparable to him. I'm like, I don't know, but I wanted him to be here, and he wasn't.
It
so
has enough power
understandable.
to be fast.
Yes,
It can
yes.
go.
It was cool, but so yeah, running throughout the day, I'm like, okay, 79.5, that's good. 80, 78, 79. And then all of a sudden in the afternoon, it was just like 78s.
Yeah.
And I was getting really excited because I wanted a 77.
I think like, you told me at the end, you're like, I was so close to that 77.
I was chasing a 77, but the problem is I was in a class by myself, and there's enough, like, I didn't have any reason to really get it. And we'll get into the last run, but if you want to go, I at least want to show my 4th run for the last of the
we'll actually go to
morning.
We'll go to stock all since Michael isn't here, obviously.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
So stock all, Michael started off with a bit of a rough day.
Oh,
So his first run out, he runs a fast time,
okay.
hits a cone.
Ooh.
His second run out, he runs the same fast time, hits a cone.
Same cone or different
Different cone. He
Oh,
asked if it was the
okay.
same cone because I was working one of the corners he hit.
Yeah.
Third run out, he just slows down about 2 seconds, doesn't hit a cone, which means it's still the same amount of
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
So coming into run 4, he's down by like 3 seconds already. He's just like, so he goes out, does run 4, runs a good time, run 4.
Yeah.
Coming out into lunch, he's 3/4 of a second back in second
not
place.
horrible.
Jesus.
So it's like he's still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's like he's like those cones, they're just tight. It's a tight course.
Go
Gotta
out
be-
there and move it out by like 2 inches for
just
me.
like I'm not gonna call that one, but so he was out
Was
there.
he nailing them or just clipping them
just
enough?
enough to flop him over. It's one of those. It's like the outbacks are just wide. It's just the way it is.
Just a boat.
Especially his 3rd gen, even more
his,
so.
his
Yeah.
3rd gen is wide. Like your legacy's pretty small and
Yes.
nimble.
Yeah.
It is.
Watching the two because I was working the corners while both you were racing.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Michael's like sweeping the corners. You're just like flicking through the corners.
Yeah, I'm aggressive. Whereas, Michael, I have watched Michael, especially you were saying that you think it's accredited to the sway bar.
The rear sway bar did
Like-
make a large difference.
Yeah, watching him work through the corners, I'm like, there's no way. Like, I know how cars react. There's no way mine looks like this going through the corners.
He's doing a lot of left foot brake to keep the
That
car
too,
tight. You're just throttling through and letting it get loose.
Yeah.
It's the same end result.
Well, I also
Yeah.
have to because I can't be on 3 pedals at once.
Yes,
So
that's the difference. Is he can stuff that brake pedal
Get
and
a
it won't
fucking
stall out.
2x4.
yeah,
Four.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. My left foot is. I have that little that fake pedal, the floorboard.
Dead pedal, yeah.
I'm holding
Planted.
myself on that to just
That
brace
is-
and go
Yep.
through the corners.
As soon as I shift to like second, I just stuff my foot there tight.
Yeah.
Like, knees still.
I didn't
bent,
realize I
safely.
did that. I thought I kind of hovered maybe a little bit. No, it's I'm
planted,
dead-
and you
dead planted.
jump off, stab the clutch, and move.
I
over.
had that a lot first run because I noticed on the way home, like, my lower body fucking hurts.
That means you need better seats.
No,
Technically,
it was
that's-
because I was bracing myself in between
Yeah, but
the
if you have
door and the center console
If your seats held
while
you,
floating.
If
if
your
your seats held you,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
So
Fuck it, I'm buying some Recaros.
I don't know if you can. I think
no.
you might be able to do something, but I'm like, that's a loose seat will let you
Yeah.
slide, so you have to brace more.
Maybe I just should lock my seat.
I learned that in the Crown Vic because it had horribly
yeah,
sliding
they're
seats.
flat.
Yeah,
and vinyl.
I'd turn a corner, I'd be like on the door, like bracing myself. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. Okay,
Yep.
but yeah, his morning started off rough. He was down 3/4 of a second. He's like, I know I,
I
can
want
beat
to. I
these
want to say
guys.
because I was watching stock all-wheel drive too. I want to say their times are very smooth and consistent throughout the day.
Their times were very varied. So let's dive to their section right now when you can pull it up. There was 9 people in stock all. In the afternoon session, Michael did pick up a good amount of time, but it was actually slower than his first run was an 80.5.
Yeah.
Damn.
For reference, look at the year, make, and model of each of the competitors.
Oh, it's a varied spectrum. Well, one, it's all Subarus other than Toyota.
Yeah, but
But year-wise, it's all
06 Outback, 09 Impreza.
You got 2 new vehicles, and everything
2024
else is within like a
WRX.
5-year span.
There's a 24 WRX, a 21 WRX,
24 Corolla
24
GR,
Corolla,
Okay, 3.
the 09 with 2 people in it.
21 WRX STI.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Okay, shit.
Yeah.
It was a varied class. There was a little bit every. They're all Subarus and then one Toyota, but it was a very strange class to watch. So it's like you have no idea who's in what, doing where. But yeah, he started off with like one of the fastest times, other than Zakiya Ahmed in his 24 ran a 78.8 off the
Lord.
rip.
I saw that. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
And he
then,
got a slower.
the rest of the day he could not find it again. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
actually crazy.
It must have been one of those like the grip was just starting to
perfect
get
Yeah.
loose
for
and
him.
whatever.
You're right. Before the dust came in, but after the grass was dead, like
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
because I was out in the field working. I'm like, this thing's fast, and I'm like, okay, it's consistent, but yeah, it just like the first run, I don't know what it was, but it just went.
right.
If he could have ran that all day, nobody was catching him in this class. But so yeah,
The number 9, was that the rental?
number 9. What do you mean number 9? Oh, the last place.
Yeah.
No, that's a silver car. That is not the rental.
Good Lord.
Oh,
107.
maybe it must have been. I don't know why it says silver. It must have been the rental because that is number 11. Well, here, let's see what car number 11 was this week. Because I have my.
Yes. No, that is the rental. That
believe
is
it was.
100%.
I was gonna say,
I remember
that's gotta be
seeing
the
her. That is
rental.
for sure the rental.
It was in
Yes.
fact the rental Subaru.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep.
That would be.
So yeah, I remember it was a girl driving it, and it was she had a red bandana on or something. So I'm like, oh, neat.
Yep.
rental.
Number 11.
Yep.
I don't think
It's
I've ever
not
seen it
silver,
referred to
that's
as silver.
blue.
It's half silver.
Yeah.
It's half silver.
It's
It's 2 tones.
gray.
So yeah, that is that car. But yeah, okay.
Damn.
Got that sorted out. But yeah, that was the stock all class. Michael ended up coming back and getting first place in it in the afternoon session, running 3 81s in a row. Pretty well, 4 in a row technically, the one before lunch, but yeah, he got consistent and fast, which helped him get that. So now we'll go back to our sessions.
Okay.
Andy had said something before I started rambling about stock all, and I don't remember what it was, but it was something about chasing a 78.
Oh, 77.
77, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
So he's chasing a 77.
Yeah, like in the afternoon, that was kind of my goal, and the more I did, the more it seemed like that might happen.
Yeah. So coming out of lunch, front was back out
Yep.
first. You were talking to me about
Oh.
how close Eric Dietrich was to my time.
Yeah, .082
Damn.
is what Brian was leading in
Coming into
between
lunch, I
one
think.
run. Yeah.
Yeah. Either right before lunch or right after. Or one run before lunch or the run at lunchtime.
Yeah.
It was tight. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize he was that close. I've been staring at Evans' times. this
Yeah,
whole
no,
time.
I looked at it, I'm like, wow, that's like all like quite literally on your heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
You want to go to model?
That's
real quick?
one
I can scroll
minor
down.
fuck up away from.
yeah.
We haven't talked about this either yet, by the way.
That is what I was going to go to. Is okay.
Okay.
We can go to mod all's times compared to you because that's one of the other things you were staring at.
Yeah.
And to zoom
Yeah, I
out
was
just a
bouncing
little bit
between
more.
stock all, mod front, and myself, obviously.
And yours in prepared rear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the whole list of times. So you're up here with a 577 total for the day, or
Yeah,
557.
557.
557 total for the day.
Yes.
If you scroll down to mod all,
Damn.
That matches
that matches the.
modified Audi A4, which I don't know if you've seen, Marcus.
It is a rowdy.
It is
car.
a fast Audi. It's a
It's an A4 in
sedan,
mod.
silver sedan with like graphics on it and shit.
Oh, yes.
It's got like red tape down. Let me go to
Yeah, red
919.
graphics and stuff that got mixed into it. The other car
The other car, which is
is
also
a
beautiful,
4-year build yellow WRX with a Haltech standalone ECU, gutted interior, roll cage, like AC delete,
race car.
build.
Money.
That would be
Build.
car number
Money.
40. I didn't know what to call it, so I called it Orange-ish Subaru. I think that's fair.
It's yellow. I think it's called
Sunburnt yellow.
That's what I thought. But
I really loved taking pictures
And it's
of
a
this car.
bug eye.
I loved hearing this car. This
That
thing
too.
I didn't get to, and
Oh,
I'm pissed
okay.
because I was driving
So-
with him.
Did it do the classic boxer noise?
No.
Really?
This
I
thing
don't
was
even know.
So it's on a custom Haltech. So it's
Yeah.
not an
Oh shit, that's right.
So what it isn't is an OEM rev limiter. So when he bangs it, instead
Oh,
of
yeah.
a wham bam, it's pep 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 all around the place. Oh my god, it was rad.
Yeah, I didn't get to hear this. So.
Oh, it's
It was like we look.
He looks like he's fucking schmoving.
I drooled over it in the pits,
Yeah, we all walked up to it. We're like,
That
what's-
fucker looks
yeah,
clean
what's-
too.
what's
Oh
the
yeah,
deal here?
it's fucking.
It's
Yes,
very
it was.
nice.
This was, I believe, the maiden voyage for
I
it.
think
like,
this was the first time it's
good
been
for
out. Yeah.
considering there was no dust on anything on the interior. I'm assuming this was
Yeah.
the maiden voyage.
It was
Yeah.
On a
clean.
4-year build.
Yeah.
I like this car.
I hope it comes back.
Oh,
I
I'm
hope I
checking
get to
it out.
listen to it outside.
It,
Honestly,
I say
Yeah.
the rev limiter
Yeah.
is noticeably different. It
Hell yeah.
pops and bangs, and it sounds cool.
hell yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so I was comparing my times to Mod All.
Which, if you look at the times straight up, because you guys were running at the same time,
Yeah.
you would have gotten
5:57.
second place in Mod All.
Well, if you look at the last 3 runs of the afternoon,
I can do that. What are you talking
78.3,
Mhm.
78.4,
Okay.
and I was chasing a 77. I figure, 4 tenths,
Mhm.
three or 4 tenths.
Should
I
be-
can get there.
You got to make one hero run. You either take a cone, which doesn't matter because you're racing yourself.
Yes. Or I just push the absolute balls off it and I get that 77.
Mm-hmm.
And if I would have gotten it, or at least run another 78, I would have had the fastest time of the day.
But what had happened is you ran an 83, which is 5 seconds slower.
Go
Did you
ahead
spin
and
it?
You want to
play
go ahead
the
and
video.
play video number 7? Let me get
Note,
that.
I didn't roll it.
This is true. That is
But-
one of the few things you did not do.
I was following. Oh my lord!
Oh, goodness.
I'm not drunk,
Good
but wow.
lord.
I'm too drunk to taste this chicken.
I am.
You're following Travis Hinkle in his 2JZ
Actually, no, it was
Lexus.
not. It was not Travis. It was
Well,
Chris.
Chris Endress in the 2JZ
driving
Lexus.
Travis's 2J Lexus.
Yeah. So this is now the last run of the day. As you can see,
Yes.
the dust. We had to slow the pacing of sending
Oh, I'm
cars.
sure.
out.
Yes.
So we would send cars, about half lap. We'd send the
Yep.
next car.
Mm-hmm.
In the last session,
3/4.
We're like, wait till they're at the finish line. It's so dusty.
It's
Yep.
bad.
So you could see Andy's last run of the day here.
You'll notice. Oh, this. I'm starting to get into second more. If you would have showed me like my third, fourth, and fifth run,
Sure.
first geared the whole.
So you're still diving
Majority.
first pretty hard here. Tight
Yeah.
on the cones, moving smooth. Big slide. No, tight.
Second gear. Second gear. The bog kind of helped stay tight to the cones. Yeah.
Good lord, even the
Good cornering.
cones are covered in dust. They're hard to see.
Everything.
I remember pedaling that corner a lot the last couple runs.
Big snap.
Ooh, nice.
This corner was getting pretty rough through
Oh,
here.
I'm sure that big yump is always
This
there.
was loose if you were outside at all.
And
Good
dust cloud.
lord.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh yeah, no wonder.
I didn't want to fucking hit it.
Yeah,
No,
that's
yeah.
fucking dick. Jesus Christ.
Is that you
Yeah,
living-
can't see dick.
that's completely fair.
So here I'm just fucking whipping it. If you can't
Just-
tell, I'm racing for time. I'm literally just hucking the fuck out.
just
of it.
pinned in the corner. Like watching you come out of this corner right here.
Yeah.
Like big sideways drift, snap back to it because that's me out in the field right here.
Right.
Just
hammer
car's
down.
loose and quick through all
Yeah,
this.
I was just like, I'm kind of fucking off at this point. But yeah, it literally like
dust cloud. We'll just go back
Yeah.
real quick and we can just
dust.
look at it. So you can
Dust.
see it just generate this big cloud.
Yeah.
And
Look how far he's not even close to it
No.
anymore, and it's still just lingering.
and
he's
nothing.
finished. He's finished by this point. You're just
I'm
like,
like, I saw the cone on the right
on.
hand side. That was it.
Yeah, I can't see fucking dick. Jesus Christ.
yeah, there it is.
So I'll shift back into first. Yeah, just
That's,
fuck around.
That's completely fair.
So, but yeah, it's like
I think you
I'm
said
in a
it-
class by
you-
myself.
yeah.
I'm. It doesn't matter. I'm chasing the 77 for no fucking reason.
and for
I
a
don't-
safety thing.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need to fucking hit a course worker right
You can
now
say-
on the last run of the
Well,
day.
and
You either said
chasing a
that to
number.
me or you said it at the end of the video, but
Yeah.
I know you said that. You're like, I don't need to hit somebody. It's
when
Yeah,
when
it's-
it comes to that, the instinct should be that.
Yeah, it.
Can't see shit, slam on those brakes and stop as quick
well,
as
we were
possible.
talking because we were working that corner, and Evan was in my corner working the radio. And he's like, "Did we give him a rerun for that?" I'm like, "He's in a class by himself. It's fine." He's just like, "All right,
Yeah.
works for me."
Like I said, I would have loved to do one more run to see if I could get a 77, but at the same time, I don't care.
yeah, it's just like it doesn't matter. You're
Yeah.
like, technically you could have.
So yeah, like I said, if I would have ran,
A
and like, yeah, if
You would've been-
It was a 5-second fuck up. If I would have
Yes.
done if I would
Even
have ran
another
the same
78.
78 or a 79, it would like a 79 would have been
Yeah.
fractions next to the other Mod All guy, the built Subaru.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you would have ran a 552,
Yeah.
553 somewhere in that range.
yeah,
Which
would have been one of the fastest times of the day. Still am, but
it would not have
even
been.
so much.
It would have been the second fastest time of the day.
Let me guess. UTV.
Oh, 77, yes.
No, actually not. So if you were at a 550
Yeah.
or 553,
Yeah.
yeah, because okay. If you were at
Yeah.
a 553, that would
Yeah,
be
if
the
I say I
second.
would have ran another 78.
Yeah, that'd put
Yeah.
you at 53 or yeah.
Yep.
That would be
and
the
change.
second fastest time of the day.
Who got fastest?
So there was UTVs, models, all sorts of things.
No construction.
No, well, technically there was 2 cars in mod front that should have been.
Ah, okay.
But they technically were mod front, so it was fine.
Okay.
But the fastest time of the day out of all 7 runs, Evan in the Fiesta in stock front wheel drive.
Fuck.
He ran a 5:52 for the day.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
That thing is a rocket ship with a great driver.
Wow.
It is dangerous to be
I did
around.
not realize.
Yes, the UTV ran a 588.
Go up to. I want to see all his times throughout the day.
They were consistent and fast.
Yeah, because he must have been. He was 8. Oh no, he was.
He ran a
7.
77.3 for. So you know how you were chasing that?
Wow.
So he ended up running a 77.3 in his afternoon run, which just
I didn't
sent
realize
him.
how many 70s he ran. I
All-
thought he was running low 80s all day.
He ran 181 and the rest of the
81
was 70s.
exactly.
Yes, to 3/10 or to 3 zeros, 81 exactly. So we'll go up
Okay.
so we'll just look at stock front since we're already here. Evan running
Oh, actually,
a blistering.
there was one collective time that was faster than this.
Okay.
It was Travis Hinkle who was giving the taco truck girls a ride.
Oh,
Because they had to put his time under something, so they did like blah blah blah.
They put it under demo
yeah.
run in stock front. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was funny
They-
because he was out, like he was running with me, but I was on course and I saw him. I'm like, wait, what's he doing?
Yeah.
And I look at like the starting line
Yeah.
and I see the taco truck girls
Just
getting
kinda
in. I'm
dance.
like,
So-
that's pretty cool.
When I was getting your guys' lunches, our group was probably like the first people that went
Oh,
up on
yeah,
the truck.
probably.
One of them came out because she was gonna get a video of like where the truck was at for the day for like their
For
Facebook
their,
page.
for Instagram and stuff.
And
Yeah.
she came up to me like, so like, what kind of racing is this? Is it just like
You like-
race cars? And I'm like, not the kind you're probably thinking. I just kind of explained like, it's rallycross. They're just like
Yeah.
shit boxes for the most part, but there's some serious builds.
We say that and there's 24
Yeah.
WRXs
So
and
then-
Porsches and
It was after you ran already, but like
Yeah.
we went over by the hill, like where the bleachers were, where we usually go.
Yeah.
And she was seeing them go by, and she's like, "Oh, that's so cool." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch."
yeah. So they end up getting a ride along in Travis's
Yeah, so-
2JZ Lexus, which is a
What a
psycho
hell of a car.
psycho death
That
machine
that's
anyway.
the one that like that'll be the most fun.
Oh, yeah.
regardless,
It
like,
doesn't-
it's going to be like loose, slidey, wild, fun, and
Yeah.
fast.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be the fastest, but it is the most fun.
yeah,
probably.
they'll remember that one way more than most.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
What a
And
good
Travis was
example.
like being safety for the day too, so
he's the safety
he didn't
tech guy
he wasn't
usually.
yeah he wasn't out on course like working a corner, so he had the time to do this. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
yeah,
kinda
sure,
cool.
whatever.
Makes
And they
awesome.
got to give him them a fun little ride around the course. But
Yeah, that's yeah. I didn't know about that. That's good. Good
yeah.
for them.
So yeah, Evan ran the fastest combined time of the day,
yeah, and
which is crazy because it's
Was it the
stock
fastest of
front wheel drive.
77.3, I think that might have been the fastest of the day.
The
too.
fastest like single.
I know
run,
mod
you mean?
all there was at least one other
I see a
77.
78. I don't know if there's anything faster than a 77 all day.
Mod all
That's another 78 from you.
79,
Mod all.
77.4,
77.
77.326.
So 77.326. 77.3.
What the
They're
hell?
both 77.326.
God, that's crazy.
So a stock front wheel drive Ford Fiesta is
Is
matching
racing
the
the
exact
most built
time
car out there that day.
as a custom Hall-Tech all-wheel drive big turbo WRX. They're running the same times. In fact, the Fiesta was faster throughout the whole day.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, if you take away the cones, I guess.
Well, yeah, but cones are part of the. You got to
Hey,
drive
yeah,
through the cones.
fair. I'll say, Evan had any cones?
You could have got your 77. You just cut the whole back corner off.
Yeah.
We were because they moved that one corner out into the chicane a little bit in
Yep.
the back section. I'm like, what if someone just turns here? Because there is a path cut into the grass there.
Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah.
He's just
yeah.
like, that's a good. I'm not going to stand here. He's like, 1, 2. He's like, it's like 80 seconds. I'm like, somebody will do it. Like, and they were talking like, oh yeah, we had a guy at Nationals. We were kind of joking if it was
worth
easier
it.
to cut a corner, like,
Yeah.
save 2 seconds. But he's like, I don't know if it's 10 seconds or 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So he convinced his buddy to do it. It was 10 seconds. Fuck. He's like, I felt so bad because I thought it was 2, but apparently it wasn't.
That's funny.
But yeah.
You gonna call me a liar?
So yeah, the fastest car of the day was in stock front wheel drive with me, which is just horribly depressing. It's like,
What a kick to the nads.
but you know what isn't?
What?
Is I also ran a very competitive time.
Did you know?
So I ran a 570-second total elapsed time.
Yeah.
There were 4 cars on the property faster than me.
Wow.
Wow.
that
is
ain't bad.
Evan in the Fiesta to 552. Nobody in stock rear. Nobody in stock
Wow.
all. Nobody in prepped front. So I would have won prepped front. Nobody in prepped rear. you in prepped all,
Hell yeah.
nobody in mod front, nobody in mod rear, and the 2 in mod all.
Damn.
So Evan beat me, you beat me, and the 2 in mod all beat me. That's
Wow.
it for the whole
you
day.
placed 4th for the
Hey,
day.
I placed 5th overall
For a
in raw
stock
time.
NA 1.5 fucking fit.
A
That's
1.5 beater
that's
with
doing
no license
pretty
plates.
good. I didn't look at that.
I didn't like going through the day. I'm just chasing Evan's times. I'm like, he's up there. I can't get him, but I want to
when
get
you
close.
chase that's the good thing. Like playing video games with no ghost almost sucks because you're
Yes.
just
Yeah.
trying. You're like, did I do that corner better? I don't know. Or chase. You don't have a number to.
and there's,
all you have
there's
is a number
nothing.
to
There's
chase,
no.
maybe.
There's no carrot and stick for you to chase.
Exactly.
Yes.
But when there's a ghost there and you can see it, you're like,
Yeah, it's easy.
You can-
which this is kind of the same way, at least as
It's
far
a-
as like.
it's a mental ghost almost.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you know Evan's faster, but how fast can you get to it?
You know that time is attainable by
Yeah, you're not
something.
beating yourself. You're trying
Yeah,
to catch
exactly.
the next guy at least.
Yeah, you have a goal to achieve.
Yeah.
It's just like doing time trials in WRX. It's
Yeah.
fuck, I fucked that corner up. Go back, try it again.
Yeah.
All right, a lot more smoother through here. I see where I
Well,
can make time.
Even more so though is knowing Evan's faster.
Yeah.
You know you won't catch him, so that
Exactly.
makes you push it even harder.
Yep.
That's-
If you were chasing your own time, you're just like more so you're looking to
Well,
improve your own.
It's
Yes.
it's what you were doing is just hot lapping and like,
Yeah.
can I get a 77? I guess I'll see.
Yeah,
You know,
Where but like time trials usually you're trying to find every 10th consistently.
Yes.
Whereas with the carrot on the stick type deal, you're pushing further
Yes.
than that.
Yeah.
And especially with this being a cumulative score,
Yes.
you don't need one hero run that wins your day.
No.
You have to consistently not hit stuff and not miss
Right.
gates. So there's like 1% backed off of like, I really don't want to mess this up because that'll ruin my times for the whole day.
yeah,
but yeah.
it's kind of more playing a conservative race line because it's
It wasn't
I
very
could
conservative out
take
there.
this fast and 60% possibly hit this cone, or I could slow down by just a hair
It's one of those,
and
like,
miss it.
you have
but
just-
is it going to be competitive to going a little bit quicker and having that 40% of I might miss that cone?
I think we're at this point, we're out of I could go a little bit quicker here. It's,
Yeah.
This is everything I have.
Yeah. It's more
how late
technical.
can I push the braking is all it
Yes.
is. So we'll dive to my last run just since we did Andy's last run. Just for a comparison's sake. And
Second to last run for you because
Technically my
record
second.
the last.
I pull up my GoPro footage. I'm like, why is there only 6? I'm like, what run did I miss? Apparently the last one.
Oh, the one I fucked up. Oh, actually, the one I like launched before I even dropped the clutch. I realized that I had the GoPro on already. I didn't hit the record. I hit the power button, which cycles to photo. So I just pushed the clutch in immediately and like stopped, flicked through. Then it was time lapse. Then back to video, and then hit record. I'm like, all right, now we're good.
Yeah,
to
there was one like you clicked and then rolled out immediately.
What Brian just said really quick, that did remind me of a scene in the movie F1.
I haven't seen it. About Ayrton Senna.
I don't know the names of
Cool.
the actual people.
Ferrari?
But, no.
Okay, well, never mind that. I don't
It was
know.
the night. It was Sunny Haze.
I haven't seen the movie. It's okay.
I don't know.
Either way.
Whatever.
It's not Ayrton
And
Senna's
he
movie.
literally goes, "Yes, I can brake. I know for a fact if I push him to the outside corner, he will brake before me. You want to know why? Because he has a wife and
Yeah,
kids to go
I
home
saw
to,
that clip at least. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
and I don't.
That's
and
what,
it's exactly what happened.
yeah.
Like, it's,
to be fair, that's what Josh said to us last event. He's like, you guys are the prime candidates to roll your cars.
yeah. He's like, yeah, you guys got comfortable. It's it's your second season.
I gotta drive this fucking hunk of shit home. Fuck
drive-
you talking
You
about?
can kick the windshield out. But yeah, I'm like, he said that. I'm like, damn it, he's right.
Fuck.
Which conveniently, the open diff, as soon as I lean, it kind of just stops going forward. And just,
Fair,
it
yeah.
like steers itself straight because that just spins.
Right.
But either way, this is my
Oh,
my 6th run of the day anyway.
So I don't know if it was because of rally or
Uh-oh.
if it was. I didn't money shift. I like.
Oh,
So
just ground until you found him.
okay. It would have been Wednesday morning of this week.
Oh, like this
No.
is post rally.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Post rally, I was on my way to work,
That had
and
to
I
be
just kind
today
of
then. Yesterday or today? I'm
yesterday.
Okay.
I had 3 rain days today, but 2 like Monday and Wednesday I drove halfway there. 'cause
3
it was an hour
rain days
drive.
today.
Yeah, 3 rain days this week.
There you go.
So Monday and Wednesday I drove halfway to work before getting sent home.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday morning apparently I was a little tired because
you were just floating gears.
I floated it and I let the clutch out, but it wasn't all the way in because the trans is bad. It's so bad.
I told you years ago, put shifter bushings in it.
Well,
will
it's the
change your
bushings,
life.
and now because I've money shifted so many times, it's the actual gears themselves.
If
so
you
now
would've
the
done
transmission is really fucking crunchy.
STI swap.
No, SCI swaps
Okay.
are expensive.
WRX swap.
No.
Oh.
WRX are the exact same. You know what you get? A
Nothing.
Forester transmission and diff that have a limited slip in them.
Yep.
Did Aaron Booms tell you about that?
Yes.
Okay. I remember you were talking to somebody about it.
Yes. So
So you
I
can
found,
money
and I
shift.
also, I found on Facebook a vented hood, like the hood scoop hood, in white in Wisconsin. Go on Car Dash Park to find a Forester trans and diff. The same junkyard that the guy works at listed on Facebook has that shit on Car Dash Park. So my goal is to go up there with a Subaru, buy the hood,
Give him your stock hood.
give him my stock hood, put the new one on because it's 4 bolts.
Yeah.
Once that's done, just load up his trans and diff and then go home.
Just make sure the S end's empty and the seats are down.
Oh, fuck, it's a wagon. I got tons of room. We're
Roof rack, baby. Come on. So, yeah.
But yeah, so
you
the plan is
ground the
Forester
gears.
410 gears and
shenanigans.
410 gears for more torque, so second gear is less
Do
long.
you know what
hopefully.
gears you have in it right now?
There's only 2 options, and they're both high threes.
Like a 342 or something?
340 something, 370 something.
Okay. Either one will make a noticeable difference.
So going to 410, having way more torque, hopefully that brings second gear down so I can be into it easier.
if it brings second gear from 50 to 40, like 3 or something,
Even anything,
that'd be
really.
life-changing.
Yeah. And then also limited slip rear would be awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Which, yeah, speaking of long seconds, we'll listen to mine.
Weld the diff.
You can literally hear me every time I shift a second, it just goes bleh, and just fall. Limiter first gear, shift a second, and just bogs.
The shift from 1 to 2 gives you a bump, but once
Very
you're in
small,
it, then
but-
you bog.
Yeah.
Like for me, it was like every time I shifted in a second, I'm like, I'm going too fast now, and then I'm like, no, we're good, we can keep going, and then all of a sudden it just bogs.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like, what the fuck?
I only have 1.5 liters to bump it with. It doesn't go.
I only have 2.2.
That's like twice as much almost.
But like, yeah, for some reason, like once it's in second gear, it's like and let out the clutch, it gives me a bump.
Yeah.
But then I'm like almost going too fast, so it doesn't work. So I'm back into first. Or if there's maybe a long enough straight, every time I shift into second, I'm like, okay, we're good now.
We're good.
But now it's like, oh, I'm gonna bog now because I don't have any more
You
power.
don't
to
have any
give you.
more
I'm like, God
torques.
damn it.
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah, we'll go with mine.
I'm going to bump the audio on this.
Say, give it some just raw audio, this.
this was me most of the day as well. Red limiter. Hey, you almost couldn't see there for a second.
Almost.
Not quite as bad, but close.
Big slides. But yeah, so under the power right here.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, I more like to run the track this way than the other way.
It's about, I mean, it doesn't make too much difference.
I don't know. I prefer it the other way.
You mean like sort of the outside in, not
Yes.
the inside out?
God, that pack just got tore to shit.
Oh, yeah.
But the more we run it down, the more it'll
Yeah.
be usable too.
Yeah. Well, and it's all compaction at this point.
But yeah, I'm just under the power. Like, this is where the rev limiter in first gear is right here.
Yep.
And I'm just,
But you wanted just that little bit more speed.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, if I just had a little bit shorter second, this car
Yep.
would be, it could pick up a second
Oh,
pretty easily.
easily.
It just can't do it.
Damn.
So yeah, I netted me a second place magnet sticker.
Congrats.
I have the first place one. It's just in my car. I forgot to bring
Both
it
of
up.
mine are in my car still. I haven't brought you. I just
I
still
have the
sitting
one
there.
on the cup here, but
Yeah.
Must be fucking nice.
Win something.
You do have stickers for us, don't you?
Oh yeah, I need to give you guys those still.
Yeah,
I've had them for
I
like
would
a
like
year
one
at
in
this
the
my
point.
car.
Rallycross.
Yeah, I've had those for like a
Oh,
year at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah, I
They've
like
been
the
sitting
one
on my
in the
drive.
car.
I keep
What
forgetting
stickers?
the Milwaukee Rallycross badge
yeah,
one.
I like that.
I have like 5 of them. I've had them for like a year at this point. Yeah.
I every time I go there, I mean to ask, and I never
Because you
fucking
were going
remember
to get the one event and you couldn't make it for some reason.
Yeah. I remember.
'Cause you were
that.
like-
the one that was it Aria?
Yes.
Robin's daughter.
Yeah, she was gonna make bread.
She was gonna make bread, and I ended up not going to that.
Yeah, it was one of them last year.
Yep.
You couldn't make it for some reason. So you didn't get your stickers either. So I need to give you guys those. Let me remind
Yes,
me when we're done. But,
Yeah,
I have like 4 stickers to put on the ship box now.
But yeah, so that was our day. Andy got first out of nobody. Michael got first out of a pretty good class.
Out of what, 9?
I think that was 9.
Oh wait, what
Stock
did I?
all 9, yes.
Was I still technically? What was my 550?
557. So if you would have shaved
943, I think. Mod all. The other guy mod all was
993. So you got him by 0.05. So you would have gotten second mod all without your errored run.
Yeah. If I could have been
If
able
you would
to
have shaved
see,
that 5 seconds, you probably
Yeah.
would have gotten first in mod all.
hell yeah.
I mean, he had 4 seconds of cones, but you know,
Hey, it's
hey,
okay.
times are times. But
Cone hits are cone hits.
so yeah, that was our day of rally crossing.
Wow.
Nick took a bunch of pictures and a couple of videos and stuff.
Vidges.
We'll scroll
Sure
through the
did.
videos
Yeah.
from the outside of the car
I will say I really liked how we did this course for photography perspective.
because you could get us coming across the mid.
Yeah, it was. I kind of felt like I was a little bit closer to you guys, and I
Yep.
got more detailed shots that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's like you guys could go out on course if you get the, if you have a spotter to watch you and then fill out the
Yeah,
media
right.
pass and stuff. And there were people out there doing it.
maybe
So-
one day.
The problem is by the end of the day, it was so dusty.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh god.
the
You know
shots at
what?
the end of the day were pretty well ruined, unfortunately.
So, Tori, Joanne, and Jason all want to come to a rally event.
Okay.
I'm sure when Jason comes, he'd love to go stand out there with you.
well,
and
you
be
guys got to
spotter.
fill out the media paperwork.
that would be
Yeah.
great.
Which, yeah.
That's what, 2 signatures?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
well,
probably.
I
but
would send him a message beforehand.
Oh yeah, and I
Just say, hey, just
What do we
Can
need
you
to
email it to
just
me?
so you guys have the documents. Say, hey, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah.
That would be nice because then I would actually like want to
Yeah.
give these pictures to people, like edit
Yeah.
them like properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because from one picture or from one position, it's like, okay, here is pictures of your car at the event. It's,
Right.
A lot of people show up by themselves,
Yep.
race, and then go home. So it's nice to be able to like,
Something.
here's at least proof you were here.
Yes.
But yeah, getting more action shots, especially like you change from corner, like maybe in the morning you'll be in corner 2.
Yes.
and you're like.
Exactly.
There's a little bit more to
says, like, oh,
variety.
hey, like corner 4 is the one with like the big swoop, so you can get cool action shots back there, especially like
So there were people taking photos in the afternoon, kind of back by us. They started like by the end gate, came up to where we were, and like they came up to me. They're like, "Where's the cool drifts at?" I'm like, "Around this tree line coming into it,
Yeah.
right where you ran into that dust cloud." I'm like,
Yes.
watch that corner. Like they are all sideways coming through there." They went up over there, took pictures, and just kind of wandered kind of diagonal across the course over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, Nick got some videos of the outside of the cars. You can see how slow it actually looks. Feels so fast on the inside.
It really does.
But yeah, the camera adds 50 pounds.
Yeah.
On the
50 pounds
GoPros,
at half speed.
GoPros really don't do it justice. Good lord,
All
the
the
amount
limiter.
of dust.
And the car's
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
But just
Where'd he
literally limiter bashing coming
Phone don't
through.
do too bad in 4K.
No,
Normally I don't record in 4K.
I record everything in 4K just for the fact of it's easy.
Yeah, fair.
Then I can zoom in on stuff if I want like a grab out of it. Oh, this is Michael's car. Let me get the. I don't know why the audio isn't
I
defaulting.
don't think I've ever heard Michael's car from the outside either.
It sounds good.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, it's got 3-inch stainless.
Oh
exhaust
yeah,
on
I
it,
just
but
like I said, I just don't think I've ever heard it, especially not at the rally.
you can hear him brake load the car down.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
He is hard on them fucking brakes.
Yeah.
sounds pretty generic
Yeah.
Subaru.
Yeah.
You know. And we got one of yours, I believe.
More rev limiter.
This is going to be all limiter.
So much dust.
Yeah.
You can tell what time of the day it is by how much dust is in the air.
Yeah, so with your guys' runs, I did it in the afternoon because I prioritized wanting to get you guys' lunch first.
Yeah,
so I
that's-
didn't
yeah.
I didn't do anything media wise on the first.
Nick
second
prioritized our lunch, and we didn't answer him for 20 minutes.
No, so
big ups to us.
I don't know if that was you or if that was the phone service because
Both
I
of
lost
them.
service for a good 10 minutes out of
Okay.
nowhere. Like I went from 5 to nothing.
Yeah, because we answered you back, and then Emily texted us and she's like, "Hey, what do you want for food?" I'm like, "I already gave it to Nick like 10 minutes ago."
Yeah, because then I checked my
text-
phone. And
So
I'm like,
Emily probably texted you when I replied to Nick because
Probably about the same
I saw
time.
you reply and then it was my turn to go, so I had to wait to do my thing and then remember to text Nick. So it was
Yeah.
like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
who knows?
Oh,
Oh,
well.
well.
But either
Y'all
way.
got fed anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. So you can tell this is late in the day because it's dust.
Yeah, just the haze through the air is ridiculous.
Yes.
And limiter bashing.
Oh no, I'm in second now.
Oh, that's no fun. Money
Yeah,
shift
this
first.
was the afternoon.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Ooh, a little sideways there.
Mm-hmm.
And hill.
Yeah. In the morning, like I think in the morning, like the second run, I was like, okay, let's just keep it in first. First and second run, I was like, let's keep it in first through all the things.
Keep it
First run was a
consistent.
little slow, yeah. And then the third run, I'm like, let's shift into second. And I'm like, that didn't seem any faster, so let's just keep it in first. So
Yeah.
then the fourth and fifth, I was doing
second gear more.
no, just
Or-
first
or-
again.
yeah.
Leaving it in first. I'm like, maybe I just need to find a better line, you know. And then the sixth and seventh, I was like, you know what, fuck it, we're going into second again.
We got
try to carry
gears.
momentum more so than speed, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I kind of went the opposite. I started like using second more, and I'm like, I need to stay up on the limiter because I'm coming
Yeah.
into these corners and having to downshift,
yeah,
which flat foot shifting down isn't quite as fun as up.
yeah.
Kind
It
of,
doesn't like it nearly as much.
it doesn't like it either way.
Yeah.
It gets what it gets.
Right.
It's a rented mule. It gets beat, but so that's what the cars sound like from the outside.
Yes.
Nick edited up a handful of pictures, and then we'll go through all the big pictures of the day.
yeah.
We got us. These are morning because everything's green and clean still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like,
all
wow.
morning here.
Like, pay attention how green the foliage is here. It
And
will
like, there's
change.
no dust on the car.
I was gonna say in the
car's
GoPro
so
videos,
clean.
you can actually see the grass
on the windshield
No,
and
the
shit.
grass started to look fucking brown. There was just so much ambient. Oh, and then like
killed it.
walking through the grass back to like
Oh,
the end
through
of
the
the
tall
day.
grass and
It's
stuff?
just there's just a cloud around your legs. It's like Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, I would come out and like pat my legs down because they're brown from dust. I'm like,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
yeah, this happens.
Well, like, and I remember last season, the big turns, we would jump over them as you were walking in because it's like, I'm not stepping in that shit.
stepping in
and
a foot of powder.
walking in sand all day and shit.
Tennis shoes are soiled.
Oh yeah.
Soiled.
Yeah,
The air
Soiled
compressor
it.
is your best friend.
I
after
used it
that.
as soon as I got home.
Yep.
Tuck and tie her up in the front. This thing rubs every once in a while, but it's all right. Go to the next couple of them. Still me zooming away.
Zooming.
That's nice.
That is
You
a
could
nice
the
one.
chunks coming off of
Yeah.
it.
You can still see the smiley face.
Oh yeah,
That's why
it's-
I took it. Yeah.
I love. Yeah,
Yeah.
my car got graffitied in Wisconsin. Thanks, Ben.
Shout out, Ben.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
So this was the second part of the day. You can tell by the color temperature.
Everything's starting to change. It's brighter out now.
Everything's brown.
Yeah, everything is getting dustier.
What are we in Mexico?
Somehow this car is gold, silver, and green.
Somehow.
I don't know what color it is.
Champagne.
Champagne gold metallic.
Yeah.
What a goofy color.
A shitbox.
I'm gonna be honest. These might be the exact same pictures I put in my editor's choice gallery.
Oh.
Like most of these. Okay, that one isn't, but still.
Ooh, that one's good.
But you can see the chunks flying
Hell
off of it. The big rust holes.
Shh. I've been meaning. I don't have any white paint, or else I'd have
I
painted
should
it
I
by
should have
now.
patched that. That's on me.
Nah, bring up.
Going with AI generative Phil. Please fix this fucking shitbox.
Just
Dude,
it
it's-
deletes the whole car.
It's pretty good now. I
It
just
is.
Really?
remove the people in the background.
It is pretty
It's getting solid.
I noticed a couple of them. The people are suddenly gone.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, with any AI train, it takes time to train.
I
them
was
all.
so proud of that
That's
one.
yeah. You can like look at zoom in on the rear tire.
It's tucked.
It's
Yeah.
like that's like
my
full rear
tires. My tires.
Yeah, it's squatted into the corner, throwing a roost off of it.
Hell yeah.
I wish I saved the before because I was showing Caitlin's
I have
the
the
before
before.
and after, and she was like, "Holy shit, you did an awesome job on that."
Yeah.
I've got the before of that somewhere.
Oh, sweet.
Let me go to Andy's picture real quick,
Okay.
and we'll try to find that.
because like it is pretty impressive how I was kind of able to save that.
Rallycross 424 white Subaru.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, here's the before.
Ooh.
all
Yeah,
the
it
co-
was pretty
dull.
dull.
all the
yeah.
all the dust is like
Wow.
dulling the lens out. Like the grass is brown, the air is brown.
Hell yeah.
Like you can still see all the little chunks, but it's just not nearly as
Yeah.
good looking.
Yeah.
Just a little quick bump of the shadows and
So
The
there's
saturation
in the second
Yeah.
gen group on Facebook.
Oh no.
There's
Uh-oh.
another white wagon that does rallycross, but he's out in like California or some shit.
So you need to go beat.
Every time you see it, you're like, "That's me."
Well, no, because like he's like rallycross guys, like people like need advice, whatever. Like
Yeah.
this, whatever. There's also a girl who does. She's in a sedan, a red sedan,
Subaru sedan.
Subaru sedan.
Yeah.
She's also in the WRX group
Mm-hmm.
because the WRX group somebody was like rallycross, or yeah, the bug eye like WRX
Mm-hmm.
group, and somebody was like rallycross guys, and I'm like. My WRX is currently a rusty piece of shit, but I rallycross my second gen. The second gen girl jumps in. She's like, "Hell yeah, second gen for the win!" And so now I'm like,
Now the
I need
bug-
to upload these pictures and be like, "Let's fucking go!"
Sorry, WRX owners could never.
Right?
So
Yeah. So I'll go through the editor's choice gallery where I grabbed the 2 best pictures of each car. Get a pretty good idea of what the field is and what it looks like.
I like the paint on this car.
Ooh.
So this is a
typical Toyota livery.
mod front. I love the color scheme on these
Yes.
cars.
Yeah.
That's a mod
They
front.
He was parked next to somebody else too. I forgot. who.
Yes. There's a green car. We'll
Yes.
see it later.
Yeah, the Hoopty Cross one.
I didn't know what to
Yeah.
call. I didn't know what to call it in the photo, so I just called it green.
I know exactly.
You'll
what
know
you're
exactly
talking
what
about.
I mean.
Yeah.
The rental Subaru ripping through like usual.
God, that thing still lives.
Yeah, the wheels haven't fallen off of it this week.
Surprising.
I'll say this time we're good. Yeah.
Travis B
Already sideways.
like the starting
first
gate's
corner.
tens of feet away, and he's already whipping that thing.
I want
Dust,
to ride
dirt.
in that thing just to be like, oh goddamn, my asshole's puckered.
Yeah.
I'd like you'd ride in any of our cars. You'll do the same thing. My car's so sketchy. Evan in the Fiesta, fastest car on the property, right here. Throwing
It's just
dirt.
a Fiesta.
It looks
It's a-
so good,
It's a
though.
bone stock Fiesta, and it's
It does
shredding.
so well though.
It's just so. It's
Must be the red.
I
mud
love
flaps
this.
that
I
you
love
can't
the
see.
sticker on it
Yeah.
too.
It's probably the like hundreds of hours of race experience. Too.
No, it can't be.
I want to put him in my fit
It's
and be
the
like,
mud
here,
flaps.
see how fast you can go,
Right.
and then I can be sad or
Tell
happy.
him to come to a practice and you like, hey, let's trade.
Let's
We
swap
get
cars.
We get 2 runs in each other's cars.
You get
He does
you
I
get
have
a
his other
practice and
car.
2
yeah, I was saying the
runs.
problem is you have a competitor's advantage.
I'll
'cause you're
bring.
used to
I'll
it.
bring my other car and show him what's up.
That would be scary.
With twice the power of his, yeah. Josh is in the Porsche.
Yep, the Boxster
yeah.
Porsche.
Always looking good, throwing a nice amount of dust.
Yeah.
You can see how dusty everything is.
Yeah.
This was
This thing was in prepped
front.
and he was
this a
mobbing.
Jetta?
yes, fast.
Is that the diesel Jetta or the
I've
gas
never
Jetta?
no
gas.
gas. I've never seen a fucking Volkswagen Jetta go this fast.
And he was
Especially the ugly body style of them.
That was an
Like,
uglier body
so
style.
when I was sent out for corner working, I was set to corner 5 and I got moved to corner 4 because they were tall grass, hard to see cones, whatever. These 2 people were, because he has a co-driver, him and his
Yeah.
girlfriend in this car.
Yep.
So I was talking to him, oh, how's it going, this and that. She's
Is
like,
this the guy that came up to us and said hi?
no, different guy.
Oh, okay.
But we were talking to him, whatever, and she's like, yeah, I keep telling him, like, hey, the cone's over there. And she's like, giving him shit from the passenger seat. Like, that's awesome. Like,
No way.
Shut the fuck
From
up.
the outside perspective, this dude was fucking mobbing.
he was mobbing this. Like, because I saw it coming on the inside, like, coming back to the starting gate. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, that thing looks quick. I'm like,
Yeah,
you're my
no,
class.
all day consistently. It sounded like it was trying its hardest.
He was using every bit of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like he's using every bit of it.
Kinda, yeah.
But yeah, he was out there
Nice.
mobbing that thing. Again,
Built to zero X.
sunburn yellow,
so
whatever.
good.
Love it.
Crazy limiter. you
Stop.
know.
My dick can only get so
I'm
hard.
gonna edit that if he comes back next month.
Hell
Get
yeah.
some nice edited shots of his car.
Yes, the Nicholas Millward in the 42. He was throwing this thing around. He
Yeah.
caught a
Oh,
couple
I'm
of cones
sure.
later in the day, but he was like getting after it for a while.
Very jealous of the hella lights on the front.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Tastefully
absolutely.
done.
The brand new STI.
Brand new, nice, clean. I think he was at one event last year
Yeah,
where
I think
the
so.
two where the 2 cars rolled at.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
he's like, this is awesome. And Michael's like, don't get used to this. It's like, it'll never be this wet again. He's like, what do you mean?
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
It will be horribly dusty. I think he
Yep.
got a taste of it this time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so. Oh, I did buy a new air filter.
Good.
Yeah.
Yours is black.
No, it was rusty and fucked up, and then also covered
of
with
oil?
dust now.
Ooh. I
No,
should
not
prob-
oil. Just it. So I made a new mount so it's not literally sitting on the fender well.
Ah,
in the
yes,
engine bay.
did
yes.
do that.
So now it's elevated. So now it shouldn't get as rusty ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, put a new one in after the event. I'm like, probably needed it anyway.
I should probably check mine actually.
Which actually what we'll do is we'll talk about my filter since you mentioned it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So after 7 runs and 500 some seconds in the dust, here's the before. Here's the after.
Oh, not that bad.
not bad. Yeah.
It stopped a consistent amount of dust.
I would say.
It still breathes. Everything looks happy.
It's still on there, unlike
It
last
is attached
event.
and tight still, so that's
Hell
a
yeah.
huge win.
How big of a fucking zip tie is that?
It's like a 1/2 inch zip tie or 3/8 zip tie.
That's
Yeah.
a decent size
It's
zip tie.
it's big enough to go around it, and that's the one I had in my hand.
Fair enough.
So I just cranked it on there. I'm like, it'll be good. But
Cranking it.
so I'll take this filter bag off, wash it, and it should be good to go. As long as the actual filter in the box stayed clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Well, there's no chunks in the box
Yes,
now, which is
yes.
which was the goal for this.
it would
more than
pull
anything.
literally chunks of dirt in there and
Yeah.
block the filter up.
Yeah.
So I will take this kind of dusty and high intake temps because my radiator's right here.
Oh yeah.
So my little OBD2 gauge pod will show my intake air temp
yeah.
running, like on course, like 90 to 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's pretty good.
Stopped when the radiator is just dumping it into it.
As I park, because as soon as I cross the line, I turn on my AC.
Yeah,
Because
same.
my AC is so small that it doesn't create too much heat, and it kicks the fans on, which dumps the heat out of the radiator.
Right.
So I'll get down to like 177 pretty quick.
Nice.
But it forces all that air into the engine bay, which then heats up the intake's at like 155 sitting there. I'm like, the car developed a shake after like run 2. I'm like, maybe it's because it's so hot coming into the engine. It's mad.
kinda.
So
Yeah.
it's not like an engine mount. Like
I don't know. I'll find out. It started to shake pretty aggressively after like run 1.
yeah, that's what I remember you saying.
It was like at idle, it would just shake. At like 1200 to go away, and at 2000 it would shake
Man,
again.
the horses are just excited to come out and play.
They're Japanese horses. They don't know what to do. They're confused by my American foot.
What the fuck is an inch?
Exactly. But no, the pre-filter is so far very success.
Nice. Great success.
Yes. So we're all airboxing and doing things, but back to the pictures of the cars.
Yeah.
Blue Subaru looking very pretty. Throwing dust. Orange Fiesta in prep front. This is
Chicken.
Samantha Steelman, believe. Chicken. Mobbing this thing as per always. UTV. This was a Yamaha.
They had this UTV and a FIA Civic
It was an ARA spec Honda
Yeah.
Civic, like full
on
cage.
a 18-foot trailer.
If
both of them.
it was 18, it was tight.
Dude.
What the fuck? Did they have
They had the Civic.
Hold
UTV
on.
back wheels up on the
They
Civic?
had the Civic backed on, and the
Wheels
the
blocked
trunk
up?
Yeah, the trunk of the Civic was like
Over the jack.
for sure over the jack of the trailer.
So it's kind of like my trailer.
Hey,
It's kinda-
man.
There was maybe a foot and a half in between the bumper of the Civic and the tailgate of the truck.
You got to do
On a
what you got to do.
on a F-150.
Well,
Yeah,
how many tractors did you fit on that low boy?
a lot too many.
Exactly.
It wasn't a low
Fuck
boy.
It.
It was a full size
It's-
deck.
it's Still,
Yeah.
whatever.
It was high in the air, so it's way scarier.
Yeah.
To turn a tractor 30 degrees 3 foot off the ground.
But yeah, I like the UTV was already off of it, and I walked. I was going to the bathroom before the first
in the morning,
session,
early morning.
Walking back, I'm like,
Y'all need some help.
no, I was like, do you put another car on these? He's like, oh no, UTV. I'm like, that's,
that's way
still
worse.
impressive, dude. Like, there's
Y'all
not a lot
got
of room.
balls.
I should have taken a picture of that.
It, I was
that
like, it
was-
looked like there was about 5 feet, maybe.
And
Like, it was not a
good
lot.
lord.
if this UTV had room to hang off, it would be hanging off.
Yeah,
it was
looked,
tight.
It was tight.
But
I
yeah,
thought that was pretty funny.
yeah. I'm like, we'll get to the Civic a little bit later. It's
Yeah.
in the picture somewhere.
Yeah.
Gulf livery BRZ.
Did she update any more of the livery?
I think it's still the same. I didn't notice
Also, I
anything
didn't
different.
know.
I know
It's so
she's-
dusty, it's hard
yeah.
to tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, that thing was returned. Throwing dust, looking pretty as per always. The 24
GR
Corolla GR.
Good lord.
This thing sounded ridiculous.
I'm sure it did.
For a
Had a
bone,
really, really good fucking exhaust.
for a bone stock car, like
Well-
3-cylinder turbo with a nasty blow off valve, it sounds
So
ridiculous.
the WRX cars, those are,
what do you mean? What WRX? What?
or sorry, WRC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are Yaris's and
Yaris. The Toyota's the Yaris.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yaris's Fiestas.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is bigger. This is a
Yeah.
Corolla. This is the next size up.
Good lord.
This thing sounds like an apocalypse happening. Every time he'd get on it, huge blow off for a stock
Like
car.
the Mini Coopers.
Yeah. The Mini Cooper. This is the first time I've been outside of it with listening to the Mini Cooper. Wow.
Oh, the Eric running that gray one.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
no.
The white one.
Which one?
The white one.
Oh,
the,
David Davis.
David
Yeah.
Davis. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he
It's
comes off that throttle a millimeter,
scary.
it's blowing.
Same thing with
it's
this. This
kinda
was
ridiculous.
this sounds like a big turbo blow off valve. It's stock though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a 3-liter making 300 horsepower.
Good for that gay.
But as soon as he get on, you hear it spool and immediately dump a huge amount of air. It sounded so cool. Apparently, he rallies in the Detroit region as well.
Oh.
This thing was filthy by the end of the day. I'm like,
It looks like
this
it's
poor-
matte black.
this poor black car turned brown like halfway through the day.
Brown.
But yeah, this Mini Cooper. This
Yeah.
is the one you're talking
That's the
about.
one
Yes.
with the blow off valve.
Okay.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Answer.
Did any of you guys hear his like front driver's side wheel making noise?
Nope.
I was in the class with him, so
Okay.
I don't know.
Because I specifically remember because I was
You sure it was this car?
Yes.
Okay.
I was
Yeah. No, I didn't
course
notice
watching
anything or
last time when he was out, and like every time he'd go by, it was.
Could just be like rocks stuck and stuff
I
too. But
I just
only thing I
figured it was
noticed
like his
was,
fender well was a little pushed out, and it was just rubbing a little bit.
the
But
only thing I noticed was I think
Blow-off
Peter and
Pino.
who were they?
the
what are-
red
what are they driving?
BMW.
Oh,
yeah,
the maroon
you know,
BMW,
it's
the
Jellin?
brothers.
hold on.
I think
it is
Jellin last name.
This
Yes.
car.
Yeah, yeah.
They had
The
a
two
very
brothers.
clunky suspension. That's
Yeah,
the only thing
they
I
did
noticed
last
throughout the
event too.
today.
I noticed that.
Yeah,
I say this thing still doesn't have plates on it, so I don't think they care too much. but
yeah. I want to
that's
say
the car
they're
you're talking
brothers and they split it or something.
I
They're
believe
like-
that sounds
yeah.
correct. Yes.
They were roommates.
Yeah. So yeah, Mini Cooper nasty blow off valve. Apparently, I've never heard it because he's in my class.
Oh, it's fucking
It's
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
nasty.
ridiculous.
okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It is
It's like
whatever you think the Corolla is. It's twice as loud.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I-
aggressive then.
Anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, go on YouTube. I'm assuming surely there's a clip of this
Search
somewhere.
Mini Cooper.
Mini
blow-off
Cooper
valve,
blow off valve, and just look at the highest viewed one.
and
like,
just hear it banging.
if
popping.
you weren't looking at this while he's
would
driving,
never know it's a
you
Mini Cooper.
wouldn't think it was
Not in a million
Mini
years.
Cooper, and then you turn around and go, "What the fuck?"
that's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
nuts. It's
No, I have heard.
Maybe you don't hear it on
nasty.
Eric's because he's
Yeah,
always,
Eric and Teresa's.
they're, they're left foot braking around
Yes.
corners to keep in.
No,
boost.
you can hear it, but like
It's not as
there's still like a baffle in it,
significant.
or there's a silence
Okay.
or something. Theirs is
So-
mostly stock or something.
There's usually
this
like-
is like fully eBay as loud as you can go.
Yeah.
It's like a loudener at this point.
So there's normally like it's like an RTA or something. It's like a return to atmosphere. It revents it into the intake tube
oh okay.
to keep it from just dumping out into the middle of nowhere and being
Yeah,
loud
no,
and
this
annoying.
one is straight to air and it's loud. It
That's-
sounds like Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
fully.
That's
Yep.
probably got a VTA mod where you just unhook the tube that feeds it back
It's
in.
pretty
and it
ridiculous.
just dumps it.
Yeah.
look at Michael standing out there
Getting dusty.
with his
Yeah, I
arms
kept
crossed.
them in there.
he had a radio. He was important.
Michael
Peter's Camry
Pino.
beat me on the first run. I'm like, no way.
The most comfortable driver.
It's
out
gotta.
there.
There's one of these for sale in town. I don't know if you guys saw it over by the gun shop.
Oh.
It's like this, but it's like maroonish red. You'll see it on the way out, and you'll be like, okay. I was gonna look at it and see what the price was, but I should show up with like Peter's matching car. Be like, look,
Well,
we could do it.
we'll talk about this in a minute, I suppose.
Okay.
But
So
we
we'll keep diving
might
through the rest of these. but-
possibly have another rally car.
Oh, you're trying to send me? Is that what you've been trying to send me for the past hour?
Well, I have it open.
Okay, but this is the Subaru you were talking about with the people
Yes,
that
the nice,
recognized
clean,
us.
simple black Impreza.
Very
Yep.
quick still.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to edit that.
Where's the roof scoot? Or where's the roof rack?
What do you mean?
The rails are I'll say the
giant
rails
rails?
are plenty. It looks
Yeah.
really good with the rails.
I like my basket.
Either cars are
Shut up.
overkill like yours.
2024
This-
WRX.
I was very impressed to see
This
a brand
was
new WRX.
this was the one off the first run that ran that like 78 off the trailer,
Yes.
or no, not even off the trailer. He drove it there.
Buddy,
but
you
Yeah.
got some nuts.
this thing he balled out on the first
my
run.
God.
Meaty fucking
And then
clackers.
it probably heat soaked after the first
Oh,
run. He's like,
I'm
I can't
sure
drive
it
that
did.
hard.
Did the classic Subaru thing and popped his hood open.
There was a lot of people popping. It wasn't
I'm
that
sure.
hot, which disappointed me because I wanted all the
Yeah.
other
Oh,
cars
the
to
Audi,
heat soak.
the modified Audi had his
Oh.
hood up every run.
I believe that. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted the other cars to
I
heat
was
soak,
working the
and
corner with him. I forgot his name. But yeah.
It's like James
I don't
something.
know.
I don't know. Weisenhunt maybe.
Yeah, I'll
was the
say
Beamer
something with
again.
a J on his last name. I
Beamer.
know.
Michael Herrera
Yeah.
bombing his. This is his beater car. I
Such a
still don't get it.
Looking car.
I don't get how this is his beater.
Yep, it's just the beater.
Roll caged beater. It's nicer than Andy's car that he bought
Shut up.
by quite a bit too. Isn't it? Look, there's no rust. It's just clean.
Well, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah,
but I
let's
got rid of some of the rust.
Hey.
You punch a hole through it.
Again.
Not another one. No, I forgot. I have to patch that. I could have done that.
You're like, there's so much more rust.
There is so much more rust.
Another Beamer.
Another black BMW and one
Oh,
of the
that's Tyrian's.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
C4
Greg.
Corvette.
Was he a little bit more used to the rear-wheel drive?
He looked like he was having fun. Either.
Oh.
I don't think he cares if he's going faster. He's just having.
Because I want to say the
much fun.
first event, I remember him specifically saying, "Man, rear wheel is so much more
He
fun."
was saying, he's like, I can't believe I waited this long for this. That they're mobbing it. Michael in his car doing the
And a
thing.
champagne silver green.
Champagne gold metallic, which is I don't know what color it's supposed to be, but it's all of them. This is Dan and Robin Kelly's car.
Yeah.
This
and
thing-
also fucking burned a lot of oil.
On startup, it would smoke a significant amount.
Every time he passed, I'm like, is he burning 110 or is it just the oil?
It's
Like,
also-
there was a smell.
It's also on chunky Eurocross tires.
Oof.
Oh, I didn't
So it's in
even
like
notice.
prepared or mod or something. Yeah, it's on
Oh,
like
I think they broke like
Oh,
a
yeah.
speed. They money shifted it back
no.
by me, and then they might like I don't know if they broke a speed sensor or like
Something went
it
wrong.
thought it was in
Something
neutral
wasn't
the whole time
happy.
because then it was like the next lap out it was like 2,000 RPM around the whole track.
it probably lost the speed sensor where it hits the limiter at 3,000 or
Yep.
whatever.
And then
Well, it's like what your car did when
well,
we
they
first got it.
yeah they parked it, and then I saw it like way tilted up on a jack. So somebody was under there like fixing something, and then it came back out and it was on the limiter the rest of the day. I'm like,
Nice.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
But yeah, like something definitely happened. There was a money shift involved somewhere. I don't know what happened, but
Makes sense.
yeah.
Race car stuff.
But they fixed it.
With call.
This fucking
Shit
drunk,
Yeah.
fucking throwing dirt and stuff. The huge. This fucking loser fucking thinks his Honda's fast.
Is that before the edit?
this
Yeah.
is this is unedited. This
That-
is just
Yeah,
That
that's
doesn't even
a
look
good
like go back
picture.
to my picture.
what's the
It doesn't
afternoon
even. I'll
run?
say, that doesn't even look
Afternoon.
like the same
Look
fucking
at the
place.
Look at the brown grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the afternoon.
Green.
it. I'll say like green, and then like I think it's also the fact that your car is so many different colors that need to pull.
They all pop.
And you're in
Yeah.
the sun, and Brian's technically
very
in the
cloudy
shade.
It was
right
very
now.
cloudy
Yeah.
in the morning.
yeah.
God dang.
And the
That's a
big-
nice picture.
The one polished wheel, the rest are just filthy.
I know. Yeah, for being
Disgusting.
unedited, that was pretty decent.
Yeah, for unedited, this thing, the camera does great.
Yeah.
These aren't even the raws; these are just straight up, just
I
pictures.
was say I think that's the JPEGs. Ain't it?
yeah, this is the exact same picture you edited because it's a smiley face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bimmer,
I look
Terry-
like I
another
know
Terry
what
Bimmer.
JPEG
On
is.
this is not lowered anymore. Do you remember how low this was last time?
one of the
Like,
one of the front struts was blown.
Oh.
'Cause I was corner working when they were running.
Okay,
It
I
would
thought it
pop,
was
pop, 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 pop.
lowered because like it. Yeah, I thought it was just a lowered.
Didn't
like,
he
they were
have his
lowered.
bumper off last time?
No,
Was that somebody else?
That was
somebody
the
else.
Audi. That was the Audi TT.
It was the Audi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Two silver
No,
Silver
cars,
but
sorry.
these were like, yeah, this was like lowered, so they just put it on like good shocks and struts.
I think they put a new strut on the front because it was
Yeah.
sunk in the front.
Yeah, it was
it was like rubbing and
very
bouncing.
aggressively rubbing, and now
Bouncing
it
off the
works
bump
well.
stops.
So yeah,
Seems to work
for
way
them.
better now. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like 2 or 3 people running this thing. It seemed to hold up pretty good all day.
yeah.
This is the full spec
That's
air
the
raid
Civic.
car.
That's the race car.
Yeah, can you tell which one is the race car? Is there's tubes all over the place, light bars stapled to the fucking hood.
Fuck that thing.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I walked in, as soon as we pulled in, I saw it. I'm like, I'm gonna go look at this because I want to see how much tube is in here. There's a lot. There's a lot of tube.
Well,
in
they have like 2 A-pillar bars and then a lot of behind the head
We'll get there
bars.
to
eventually.
do a proper FIA spec cage is a lot of work, and this having ARA decals means it is ran ARA rallies. This is from the stickers from the Missouri Rally, I believe, the Show Me Rally.
So jealous.
But this thing is bogging all
It's
day.
so much money.
Technically, I think I beat them on time because nobody in mod
Well,
front.
I was in like, can
Nobody
you look
in-
at what their time was? I don't remember.
Sure can. Say nobody.
I was
in-
curious because I just
Nobody in the other front wheel drive cars
Did he-
beat me. So I was a
this
570.
he wasn't here any of the last year's event, so I'm assuming this is the first one up here. So maybe he's just kind of
Suppose-
getting used to it more so.
No, that's the wrong Civic.
Modified all or modified front? Oh, no, maybe not.
this one. Okay,
Yeah,
593.
574. He hit 2 cones at 574.8,
Okay,
and I hit no cones at 570.7.
gotcha.
So 7 to 8. I even without the cones, I had him by
By a tenth.
0.1 second.
Hell yeah.
To an ARA spec Civic. Now this might be heavier because there's a bunch of tubing. But hey, a win's a win. Am I right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's not the form I want.
Neato.
Almost through the pictures. We'll just keep on ripping real quick. But
It's a nice ass looking car too. I like the paint job.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is part of ARA is your car can't look like garbage.
Really?
It has to have acceptable paint on it. Fun fact.
Fuck.
Fine, I'll buy the white spray paint and fix my rust.
Hell yeah. Here's
The mega spray can.
the turbo can. I hate those cans. We use them for something they suck.
They're horrible.
But the other Mini, this is what I was scared of all day, other than the Fiesta, which I knew I couldn't beat. So this one does not blow off the same as the other one?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not even close.
there is blow off, but not as aggressive.
Not giant.
Yeah, no. It's not Fast and Furious esque.
Gotcha. So this is
That's
the one I
green.
This is what I called green.
That's green.
What car is
looks
this, guys?
angry.
It had a Hoopty Cross sticker on it.
On
he
the back pillar,
he also drove it out. I don't know if you noticed that.
He drove it out and parked it on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Somebody came back with a trailer.
Okay.
I'm assuming they were coming for him.
I don't
hope
know.
they were
I
coming
don't
for
know
him.
what the fuck that is.
I don't
It's
remember.
a Camry.
I
it's
think
a
it-
Toyota or Corolla. It is some sort of.
I would at least guess
Yeah.
a Toyota.
Yeah, zoom in on the truck.
That's not a badge. That's just a sticker.
Oh, the whole time I thought that was a fucking
Debadged.
no.
I
This
thought that
is
was a Toyota logo.
this is something that is green. I just
Yeah.
called it green.
It is
Yeah,
green.
that's
like-
But yeah, he has a Hoopty Cross, so I'm assuming he's local-ish to Rockford because they do Hoopty Cross here too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
See,
assuming
not
that
front,
that's what that is.
792.
Now, what specifically is Hoopty Cross?
It's like Rallycross, but with jumps. That is a
Yes.
98 Corolla, supposedly.
Okay, yes, that's what I thought.
It's more of like you need to be willing to break your stuff. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
that is-
abusing
It's
it.
more of a demo derby.
No, it's the
just
same-
demo derby mindset of
Kind.
I'm gonna have body damage to this thing and that's fine.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. I haven't done it.
Well, it's Hoopty Cross, not Rallycross. Rallycross implies that the car still works. Hoopty Cross means it's a Hoopty. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Hoopty.
That's
Yeah.
pretty. That's what I would assume the difference is.
So yeah, the rental Beamer.
Bimmer on giant cleaver cutter tires.
Wow. Those tires are fucking aggressive.
This thing, which is just
That is the modified
Audi A4.
Audi,
It
yes.
sounds ridiculous, to be fair. He's four-wheel sliding this thing all over the place. Sounds ridiculous. Looks great. This red is like a metallic. You can't see it in the pictures, but
Yeah, it's like red chrome or something.
it is flashy. I like it a lot. I believe that is all.
Like a
Oh,
Ford
one more.
Candy Apple Red?
Kinda.
Kinda-ish.
Kinda. Like Coca-Cola red almost.
Yeah.
The Sentra, of course, as per usual.
Spec R.
Spec V.
Spec V.
Yeah.
Whatever. Same thing.
Race car. I believe that's the last picture. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Sick.
Cool.
So that is all the pictures.
I'm
Well,
gonna-
that's two per car. That is the editor's choice gallery.
I'm gonna send you my stuff.
Okay,
We
that's
can
fine.
just go over that.
If you want pictures
Kinda-
of your car,
kinda
go
quick.
on.
Go to the Milwaukee,
MKE.
either the Yeehaw Lads and Crew page or the Milwaukee Region Rallycross page.
And if you would like yours edited, like I did with the guys, leave a comment then.
Yeah.
No, I'll write. Just like leave your number, I guess, and your name. Not your phone number.
DM
like
me your
car
phone
number.
number.
No,
Yeah,
the
You can
number
ma-
of your car and then your name, and I'll make sure to edit them for next month.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Gosh dang it, I forgot.
Marcus
to
is
connect
just
to the
absolutely
Wi-Fi.
dropping the ball
I'm so
here.
Oh my
sorry.
God.
He's had the quick share open for 10 minutes and didn't have his Wi-Fi on, so it's not
How can I
transferring.
cancel this?
Dismissed. Jesus. Okay. Anything else to mention on Rally before we get out of there? Everything went pretty good. We got free cheese curds. We each got 2 bags of cheese
Amen.
curds.
Did you?
Yep.
Do we have any?
Yeah, they're in the fridge.
Oh,
They're
I
in
gave
my
one to my
fridge, but-
sister, and I have one at my parents' house.
Yeah, I don't need 2 bags by myself, but
Fair.
I've got them.
But
yeah.
No. Oh, I ended up. I wanted to
Die.
Yes.
Amen.
I wanted to, on the way home, I wanted to poop, and I wanted to get Culver's, and so I did that, and then I looked. Sorry. And then I
Wow.
looked on the Snapchat map. You were like a minute behind me
I probably wasn't that far, yeah.
because you were loading up. Like me, Michael, and your parents took off.
Yeah, you guys were
and
already
you
loaded up.
were-
I'm like, you guys could just go. I still have to load the car and do whatever.
So I, stopped at a truck stop. Saw
Andy
there
had
was
to poop.
Culver's across the way. I'm like,
Where
oh,
were
I'll
you-
go over there.
Where were you at?
Rochelle.
Okay.
The
I'm
next-
thinking like Mendota. I'm like,
The,
there's
yeah,
no
the
Culver's
next
anywhere near
exit. It
there.
was just south of 88.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, stop there, and I like get back on the interstate. I looked down like the interstate. I'm like, I don't see Brian. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And I look at Snapchat maps. It says 2 minutes ago you were like a half mile away. I'm like, he had to have been right.
I had to have been
there.
almost on you, yeah.
I thought that was funny. But yeah.
So,
But yeah, so that's the end of Rally.
Yeah.
I believe that would be all
Yeah.
of our.
Well,
for
somebody
the
was
event.
also
Kind of.
putting
Well-
a car into some dirt and grass and such.
I know we talked about this when we bought it.
Mm-hmm.
When me and Brian drove up to
Downers Grove?
Downers
No.
Grove, Plainfield,
I don't know, man.
Plainfield's a-
Chicago
yeah.
land area.
Plainfield is the farthest away suburb.
There's a
Yeah,
Texas
whatever.
Roadhouse somewhere.
Yeah.
There
and
is one
we
close to
bought
Plainfield.
the Ford Taurus with like 40K miles on it. It was clean as
Yeah.
fuck.
The minty one.
2001 silver Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
Had a 9/11 remembrance sticker on the back
Yep.
window.
Hell yeah.
Nice
well,
car.
that was my niece's car until
What do you mean was?
Saturday afternoon. She supposedly, I don't think she actually did, but she rolled it.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine.
Well,
She's
it
okay.
definitely rolled.
She didn't roll it. I think she just she went in the left-hand ditch, complete opposite side of the road.
Across the whole road.
Yeah.
Fucking overcorrected the shit out of it, and you can see in one of the pictures all 4 tire marks in the road,
And
then
two of
she
them
went,
leaving the ground.
Yeah, and then she went into the right-hand ditch, and like,
Nosedived into a steep ditch.
yeah, she nosedived into a ditch sideways, and then kind of went up, caught a little bit of air, and then kind of rocked it sideways.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's
she's
your
fine.
theory?
Yeah,
That's good.
When we look at the pictures, you can kind of tell like she didn't roll it. My mom was like, she fucking went end over end, and I'm like, there's no way in hell.
Be way cooler if she did.
Because if you look at
Every panel is crunched, but there is
not
no...
every the whole back of that car is fine.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Both like side panels.
The side
panels are
front
fine.
panels are fine
Okay.
or fucked.
Yeah.
But there's no way in hell she went end over end.
So this is the car in question.
Yep.
This car was minty fresh, not
Yep.
basically not a dent on the car.
It did burn oil, but whatever.
Eh.
So
I tried to
the
fix
seals
it.
are just bad. But.
Yeah.
So it is rather dented.
Yeah. But it starts and runs. It's not happy about
there's
it right
some marks
now.
on the roof.
There's one good mark on the roof.
Yeah, but you don't get marks on the roof without hitting something aggressively.
I will explain why after the podcast.
Okay, fair enough. I can't wait to hear that.
Reason.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's in pretty
I
rough
don't know
shape.
what the fuck we're gonna do with this because
I do.
I'll buy it.
if it was my opinion, there's no way in fuck she's gonna ever drive this again.
Oh, she shouldn't drive
shouldn't drive
ever.
ever.
Well,
Ever,
Yes.
ever.
Yeah.
this is the
So
this is the second car she's totaled.
So you sent these, Saturday in the middle of the day-ish or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Discord,
Andy and I
yeah.
were at a surprise birthday party Saturday night.
Yeah.
Conveniently, we were both there. We didn't know if each other would be there
Yeah. Whose
specifically.
birthday?
John Monroe.
Yeah.
Turned 60 last week.
How's he
Yeah.
doing?
Good.
He was very
he's
surprised.
great. Yeah,
Good
he,
for him.
He thought he ruined somebody else's surprise because we all said surprise as he walks in.
Yeah.
He's like looking around. He's like, "Oh yeah,
He
it
started,
was my birthday."
he started like picking people out of the car. He's like, wait, I know these people. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we were both there, doing whatever. We're kind of like, we are having because we don't know how it rolled or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're like, look at this picture. What do you think
Debating.
about that? And what about this? And it's like, where is this at? And I zoom in the background. I'm like, that's my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know exactly where this is at.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, we were kind of doing the same of like, what? He wants to hit the ditch and slid it. Like we're doing the same deductive reasoning that you were.
Ideally, you like with a lot of like silicone, you can put a windshield in it.
I was gonna say Bondo the whole car.
so
A lot of panels.
the
need
joke
replaced.
is that my brother-in-law was gonna fix it.
Why do you say the joke was? I thought it was serious.
Because I was bullshitting with him. I'm like, so you're going to need the quarter panels for the front. You're going to need a new front bumper, a new hood, a windshield.
That's all easy.
You could bend
Couple
the,
of tubes
the,
of silicone
the,
for the
the
windshield.
doors back into place, and then 2 mirrors. He's like, I'm not fucking putting that much money into this thing. I'm like, so what's up on the table, huh?
I got $100 bill with
So-
his name on it, or whoever's
Yeah.
name and titles in.
Yep.
So this
She's
is
totally fine.
That's
and
good.
that's what is most important.
Yeah, it's early 2000s Ford.
Although let me tell you,
probably no airbags deployed.
no airbags deployed.
even better.
As soon as my mom said she wrecked the Taurus, my blood pressure shot through the fucking roof.
It's that first
'Cause
responder.
I'm like,
area.
no, because I'm like, the fucking Taurus.
Yeah, the survivor car. The
Like, are you
20-year-old
kidding me?
survivor.
It's still a survivor.
It's
That thing was minty
just
as
battle
hell.
scarred
it has
now.
a purple heart at this point. Yeah, it might
2
have
purple hearts.
It might have earned the Medal of Honor, but
Good Lord. But yeah, so my niece is fine.
the car is being honorably discharged from service.
Yes.
I would hope so.
So yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do with it
This
yet.
will be Andy's new daily, just as is.
You know,
You're up to the job site with this. They're like, nah, just go home. It's a
Just-
rain day. You're
Just
like,
go home.
it's 75 and sunny. They're like, it's a rain day. Get out of here. We don't want this here.
oh fuck.
We don't want your kind.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's a damn shame. It was such a
really
it was
is
such a nice
so
car.
nice.
How is the interior still nice though? I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
just gotta
you buy-
vacuum up the glass.
Yeah, I was just about to say we just gotta vacuum the glass
we
out
buy
of it.
another 2001 Taurus and just swap all the panels, and it's good as new
Yeah,
for
hold
like
on.
$500, and it's rusty then, and the doors don't seal. And
yeah.
so race car.
Yep.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear.
It's demo derby or shitbox rally
It's
car.
not a good derby car.
No,
Not with a
it's
front
really
wheel,
not.
With a front wheel drive
Not
V6.
front wheel drive and a unibody.
Ask Michael, you ripped the subframe in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a thing that happens.
So, Nick, you want a rally car?
I don't have $500 right now.
You don't have $500.
You can put it on layaway.
because you've got a rabbit bill, don't you?
Yes.
So that would have been Thursday of last week because we recorded Wednesday.
Yes.
Take your poor Babbitt up to the hospital.
Yeah, took a nice ride in the Fiesta.
Well, it was mostly nice.
It was mostly nice. Yeah, the ride back sucked.
My ride back was great.
Yeah, you
but-
were fine. I think you left like. At
No, I was
just
I
right
was
then.
in a lot of traffic.
Oh.
So Nick needed a ride up there because they had the rabbit up.
Yeah,
to the
I
vet.
didn't understand this.
Okay, yeah, so
How,
yes. All right, let me
how
explain.
all
Yeah,
the
you don't-
people needed to get
you
up
don't
there.
have-
No offense, Nick, but your message was so fucking confusing.
Okay, yeah, so let me explain it here.
Yeah, you don't have to get into your business, but still.
No,
yeah.
no, it's fine.
Just a general-
I'm
It's-
just curious
It's gonna make
logistics
more sense.
of
Okay,
it.
sure.
So Thursday night is when Gizmo was like refusing his
Wednesday
food.
night.
No,
Wednesday.
Wednesday night. Sorry. Yeah, Wednesday night he was refusing his normal food and he was just being very lethargic. So
Not normal.
yeah, not normal at all. So
Which is-
Caitlin,
Yeah, go ahead. Never mind.
Caitlin took him to the emergency vet up in Naperville, and this was at maybe 11:30 p.m. Caitlin was fine driving him by herself, so I just stayed home. She got back to our house at maybe 4 a.m. He kind of ate here and there. At the vet, he ate critical care, which was a good sign. So temperature was back to normal. He pooped at the vet, so they just considered like, okay, he's good to go.
Yeah, he's not in danger of anything.
Yeah. Took him back home. Caitlin called me throughout the day, Thursday afternoon, that like, hey, he's back to not eating again, and he's like, when he's laying down, he's putting pressure on his stomach, and that's already a bad sign. Like,
Yep.
oh, shit, this is exactly what Benita did.
So, was this like a GI issue?
Yep.
Okay.
It was GA stasis, yeah. But this time we caught it in time.
Yeah, which is very good.
Yeah, very good. And he's the one rabbit that has never had health issues till now. So when we saw him doing that, it's like, that's exactly what
Yeah,
Benita
and
did.
unfortunately, especially with stuff like that, it takes
Yes.
an animal to be in that state to recognize those red flags.
Especially rabbits.
Yeah.
Being prey animals, they hide it.
And they're very sensitive to it too.
Yes. So Caitlin then, she took the rest of the day off, and on 3 hours of sleep that she got from 4 to clocking in at work at 7:30, drove him up to our regular vet when they were open.
Okay, so you didn't go to the first vet.
No.
Or you didn't go to the regular vet the first time.
Yeah, no, because the
Okay.
regular one was already getting close to closing already. And
Where's
they,
the regular one?
oh shit, what's,
Way further up.
I'll find
Is
out.
this
for
the
you.
emergency one you guys went to last time or no?
The first night was the
The
regular
emergency
emergency
vet.
one, and that's
Okay.
in Naperville.
Right.
Yeah.
This-
That's the people who do chickens. and
This one
stuff,
is
too.
like the
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
like wildlife and exotic pets or something.
Yeah.
So-
Yes, that is Elmwood Park. So yeah, it's like you're
It is-
almost before you enter the city.
It is
pretty much.
basically every bit of 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she took him there at 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And that was like on 3 hours of sleep for her. And when she called me, she's like, I really don't think I'm going to be like alert or awake enough to drive back home. And I'm like, all right, let me figure something out here.
Especially through like Chicago traffic and
That
stuff.
makes more sense. 'cause
Metalcore all the way up, just dead eye, not blinking.
See if she listened to that. Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys.
I've had some days like that, man.
Yeah,
It's
so-
fucking
yeah.
rough.
Yeah, in the Discord, you're like explaining what needs to happen, and then
You more or less like asked like, can anyone give me a ride up to the vet? And this and that. I'm just like,
Right.
I'm like, well, I'm off. I'll be off at 5 if that works.
yeah, I was kind of confused, and then I looked at like once you guys are on the way back, Caitlin replies for you, and I'm like, why is Caitlin telling? Like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
also
I-
very confused.
I was like, I don't understand the logistics of this
Yeah.
at all.
I was
critical
very
thinking
confused.
was off. I was just more concerned.
No,
like,
I
I can't have a third pet die in a 6-month
Yeah.
stint. Or I'm going to blow my
Understandable.
fucking brains out.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what?
was
I'm
one-
like, I got I'm very confused about the logistics, and then
Yeah.
So
it
I
all started to make more sense, and it was a good bill of health. So I'm like, okay, this all makes more
Yes.
sense.
I got that message in the morning or afternoon
Yeah.
that you needed a ride. I had already planned to plant the garden because
Yeah.
I had been fighting me being a dipshit
Oh,
through
that's normal.
all of two
Weekend.
pine
story short,
shavings.
come on.
Fuck off. 2 pine shaving loads of the chicken coop into the garden because my compost bin was full.
Okay, sure.
Me not thinking that held all the fucking moisture. So I tilled the garden like 8 or 9 times
to
this
break
year
up all this sawdust.
to
basically.
try to even everything out and get the moisture right to where it wasn't just a giant mud pit. It would actually like till.
Sure.
And I finally was like, okay, I tilled it last week. It was still wet. We haven't had any rain. It's been hot. The sun's been out. I need to get this done today.
So you were hyping yourself up to do this one job.
I needed to get the garden planted and done.
Right.
So I knew that needed to be done. And I was like, sorry, I need to get this done.
No,
Tori came home and I was like, what the fuck was Nick on? And then she explained to me, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes.
So yeah, I saw the message. I'm like, I got nothing to do Thursday because we recorded Wednesday last week.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just
We
like,
recorded
God.
Wednesday because I had the union meeting to
Yeah.
go to. So I'm
Right.
like, yeah, the president of the union is going to be there. So I should probably go to it.
Yeah.
yeah,
By the
Ass
time I looked
kisser.
at it, kind of.
I'd probably already responded by then.
Yeah, you had already responded. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's figured out. I'm like, I'm still confused about the logistics, but
yeah.
it's figured out. So
Yeah,
I don't
same,
need to be
same.
involved.
It made a bunch more sense once we.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I'm
That
just like,
makes more sense.
well, if he needs a ride, I got nothing to do, so sure. So
Right.
Yeah.
I bring the Fiesta. I'm like, I haven't driven it much on like 95 degree, 100% humidity days like it was
fair.
that day.
Yeah.
It doesn't love it.
Yeah, no.
Why?
So it's a big turbo 1.6 liter in a subcompact economy car frame, right?
Yeah.
The grill's like the size of 2 footballs. It's not
Yeah,
very
it's
big.
not. Yeah.
It holds like 2 gallons of coolant
Ooh.
total.
So a lot of heat soak, huh?
So on the interstate, cruised at like 80, 82 or something. It was maintaining about 220 degrees with the AC on. AC was cruising. We were good.
Yeah.
Fine with that.
Yeah.
Get off the interstate and into town where things slow down.
Yep, there it is.
That temp just keeps coming down. Even
What,
being,
what was your peak temp?
the temperature peaked at 241 degrees. At that point, I'm like,
At like
We were like
20 or 30
rolling
mile an hour.
at maybe
Yeah.
20 miles an hour.
it was like stoplights that kind of start.
Buddy, time to put those Volvo
I
fucking fans in.
I just go, Nick, I'm so sorry. Roll the windows down full heat. I'm just like,
It was fine. It was a nice day out.
Yeah.
So you
luckily.
just pulled the shitbox mom. Sorry, darling, we're overheating.
to be fair, it dropped like 2 degrees a second once I did that.
Yeah.
But I'm
That's
just,
nice.
I'm like,
fuck.
I'm like, oh, it's 220. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Sorry,
Two-
we're gonna get nasty and
The Honda
sticky,
Fit
sweaty.
mode. If it was the Honda Fit, it'd be a $300 engine. We wouldn't care.
Oh,
but this
just
is a
blow
little
it
bit
up.
more than that.
Yeah, it like went to like 230. I'm like, that's getting kind of hot. 235. I'm like, okay, I got to do something. And as I like said that, it started going up. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, please don't blow a head gasket.
no.
Yeah.
Don't blow a head gasket in downtown Chicago. I really don't want that
God.
This is where Copper Seal comes in and just fixes all your problems.
today. No,
Just fog the intake with copper spray. Here, seal yourself.
my
stupid.
my big expensive European turbo. Please no.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm so sorry, but we have to do this. You're like, yeah, it's fine,
Yeah.
whatever.
No, it was fine.
Then once we got it back down, I kind of just kept
Babied it.
kept the AC off, and it was fine.
yeah.
It was still hot because it was 90
Well,
plus.
and, and you were
It probably doesn't help. It's a black car either, so it
Yeah.
just
Oh,
soaks all the heat in. I'm
and
just
you
like,
were city block
kinda
by
start,
block,
like,
20 mile
30
an
miles
hour.
an hour.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you're going to buy a carbon fiber hood with a hood scoop in it?
no.
Cobble fobble?
I probably just need to buy a radiator that's like a better, like nice.
Is it
aluminum.
factory still?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, nice big aluminum, like double core.
Turns out the
yeah.
factory radiators are kind of ass anyway.
because it's meant for a 100 horsepower 1.5 liter.
Yeah.
They don't need to be anything special.
I think it's the
Turns
same-
out you're not that.
You're not that
anymore.
guy.
I think it's the same radiator for the 1.5 non-turbo as it is for the 1.6
Oh, I'm
turbo.
sure
Oh,
it is.
probably.
So it's like
Yeah.
a 3/4 inch thick cord radiator.
Gross.
I'm like, yeah, there's like a $600 one, and all the reviews are like, dropped my temps 20 plus degrees. And I was
Nice.
like, I probably need to do that.
And then the parking lot where you dropped me off at, it was owned by that restaurant that we were like,
It's
oh,
like a
that
Mexican
looks good."
restaurant
Yeah.
next to it or whatever. Yeah.
So the owner was actually out and he's like, hey, you can't park there. We're going to start towing. And I'm like, no, he dropped me off and his
Oh,
car.
my car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like his car was running hot. I think he's just sitting there to let it cool off. He's like, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on it though. Just like, trust
You're
me,
like,
he's going to
the
drive
car
away.
was still running.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy work
Right.
by him. I was gonna get out and pop the hood. I'm like, it's going to get hot in 3 seconds anyway.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, I let it cool down, pull the maps up on my phone, kind of.
Right. Yeah. I said like he's probably just pulling up directions and giving the car a break. Like he's
Yeah.
going to be gone in like 2 minutes.
Hey, man, you can't park there.
Yeah.
Fuck, tow me, see what happens.
Right.
Whoa,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, if your tow truck can catch me, you can have it.
Right.
And then I leave there and immediately get stuck in traffic again. I'm like, fuck. So on the way leaving there, the like police station is on the left side of the road.
Yeah.
with an
Oh,
intersection. And I'm just sitting there, blah, 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 and just cops are all over the place. I'm like, oh, this could suck. I'm like, hopefully they recognize I'm struggling and hot in here and they just leave me alone.
Yeah.
As I take off the whole way out of town. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
And somebody passed in the turning lane the whole way down. I'm like, they don't care about me anymore.
No.
But it's like, as soon as I could like get close to the interstate, like the traffic's still bad. I'm like, okay, the car is hot. But I'm like, but if I go faster, it'll get cooler.
Quicker.
So I got a little bit aggressive on the car leaving town.
And
It was fine.
did it cool down a
I
little
got
bit?
I got up to speed quite a bit earlier than I should have, and
It's fine.
turns out that car's really good in tight traffic
Yeah?
because it fits in places that other cars don't,
Because it fits?
and it goes like
I'm
shit.
sure it does.
So yeah, I got to leave. Like, I was texting back and forth with somebody, and they're like, "Oh, this and that," and they're like, "Wait, how are you almost home?" I'm like, "Listen,
Listen, I locked in.
in all respect, I had to do some driving."
It's no Bloomington to Tonica in 35 minutes, but it was close.
It was. I didn't break 100, but I got after it.
Got
for a little.
close.
It was one of those like there was a car behind me who was like, "Hey, this guy's going fast. Like, I'll just stay with him."
Yeah.
One of
And then
those-
you lost him.
and I got ahead of them by
I
quite
saw
a bit.
I don't even know what car it was. I think it was a Civic,
Mm-hmm.
but it had like a 8-inch light bar in the like lower bumper grill.
Sure.
And I'm like, okay. And it like passes me in a fucking hurry.
Yeah.
And the light bar was on. I'm like, weird. And I'm like, I look back, I see some CB whips on the trunk. I'm like, is that a fucking cannonball guy?
Are they doing
on
a
like
cross
some
country?
on some fucking random ass road. I'm like, what in the? I'm like, oh, he's
they-
probably a storm chaser. Actually,
Oh, that would make way more sense.
way. Yeah, I was like, that's gotta be it. Way
Yeah.
more so than a
Little
fucking
low, quick, fast car that can
Yeah.
get
Yep.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, that actually reminds me when we were heading back home. It was around 8:00. Caitlin and I got
Is it-
stuck on the interstate in the middle of that tornado.
Oh, yeah.
Before we lost all visibility, lightning struck one of the transformers and all the streetlights. I saved the clip on our dash cam and I forgot to retrieve it because I
fucking
wanted to show
love
you
when
because
that
you just
happens.
hear both of us go shit.
I remember.
That's kind of what we were talking about. Is like you're like, well, hopefully you beat the storms home. It looks like you'll
No,
make it. This
we
and that.
we lost visibility. Everyone had their hazards on.
Okay.
Thankfully, we were at an exit where the Sam's Club was over there,
I got
so
you,
we
yeah.
sat there for 15 minutes.
That's not bad.
Not too
to,
bad.
to not be in all that.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
as soon as I dropped you off, I left. You guys had to wait, obviously.
Yeah,
So
we
it's
were
like,
there for another 40 minutes.
As I'm driving, it would like sprinkle for like a second.
Mm-hmm.
The coolant temps would drop by 10 degrees.
because
Just get a fogger.
The water kills that humidity
Yep.
real quick.
Yeah.
It would drop by 10 degrees. I'm like, sweet. And it would stop raining and it goes back up. I'm like, no.
That specifically reminds me. I remember when I was still in the fire department in Granville, and we had a horrible storm, and a transformer arced, and it caught a telephone pole on fire.
Oh.
We were out there for like 5 or 6 hours because you can't do anything.
You can't put a telephone pole out because they're creosote soaked.
Well, and you can't spray water on a live live power line.
Yeah.
So we
Use like
waited for like 5 or 6 hours for Ameren to show up. They finally showed up. We literally got in the truck and pulled away. And the minute we just like maybe 10 mile an hour got this truck rolling, all you saw was ping, 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 and every transformer on the line finally blew because it had overloaded that transformer on the pole that was on fire. And I remember my dad rolled down the window and said, "You fuckers should have got here a lot sooner, huh? Bye."
Good luck with this one.
Yeah.
Could you have like dry chem to that, or would that?
No, he still couldn't do
Okay.
anything
I
because
didn't-
it was low on the pole, but you
Sure.
can't
You're not
soak the
yeah.
pole down because
I
you're,
gotcha.
you're going to run the risk of electrocuting yourself.
But
to
yeah.
death. But
So yeah,
Yeah.
turns out the Fiesta doesn't love 95 and humid. Fun
Yeah.
fact.
so time.
So I probably
time to run methanol.
yes. Honestly, an E85 conversion would probably
Oh, I'm
help by
sure.
10 degrees.
Yeah.
'Cause I have to flow so much
probably,
more
yeah.
fuel.
Right.
It'd probably help a little bit, but
Fuck it.
But
Just,
that's
just run a new
pump and
radiator.
injectors and
It
a
adds-
lot more expensive than a radiator. So
Yes.
maybe and either way, a radiator's not going to hurt either.
Baby steps.
I've kind of looked at the temps before. I'm like, because when it's 75, 80 degrees. I'd go to like 205. I'm like,
That's not
hot, but it's not
bad.
crazy.
That you're getting there, but that's not like
with a
shit.
with a 185 thermostat, that means it's not able to keep it at ice cold. So I'm like, maybe I do a radiator anyway. Turns out I need it. So so that'll be in the list of things to get done, I'm sure.
Wow.
At least your daily driver has
300 wheel and manual.
Do you really call it a daily? Your truck's more your daily.
The truck's been hooked to the rally car since event
shit.
1.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
I should have driven it to Chicago with Nick. It would have
I
been
mean,
way
hey,
nicer. To be fair, going to rally, it was AC on max towing a trailer. It didn't give a shit.
Well, I'll say my future potential daily got an oil pan.
Ooh.
About damn time.
Did you have to drop the subframe?
Nope.
What?
Because I lifted the fuck out of the
I was
engine.
about to say.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, wow,
Shiny.
clearance.
Hey, Rust.
Yeah, look at
Here,
I'll say,
clearance.
that's all the
That's not
fucking
that
heat
bad.
shields are off the exhaust now. There is no more rust on the exhaust.
The exhaust looks great.
Yeah, because they were
Yeah.
covered with fucking heat shields that rusted through, so I ripped them all off the last time I was
Sacrificial
in this car.
lamb, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, motor mounts are halfway out, yeah. Just lifted up and
just
stuffed
enough
it.
to get it all fucking under there. Nice,
Stupid.
nice
stupid fucking design.
cork gasket that I layered with one to make tacky to hold. But yeah, put silicone all over your gasket, both sides. That way it sticks.
You're supposed to like wipe them with oil or something. There's a way to do it.
There-
right?
There's like a
The
correct
Junkyard
soak
Digs,
procedure.
My number one fucking
your
YouTube.
your
at this
your
point.
big baby boy.
What he does with every single gasket is just
Throw 'em away.
makes them tacky
Pepper
enough
spray?
with silicone. That way it sticks so when you put the pan up there, it doesn't fall around.
Yeah.
As well as it gives that little bit of extra protection for inconsistencies.
Yeah.
So that's what I did as well.
Fair.
You're telling me
We're
you
gonna
just
hope it
didn't
works.
get under there with a creeper and throw your knee up to hold it in place while your arm was up, kinked at a weird angle?
I
still
was
had to do
laying
that.
in the middle of the fucking
the cherry
hoist.
picker.
cherry picker because there's no other fucking way to do
Why
it.
don't you put the cherry picker from the side?
Because he's stupid.
Shut the fuck up. Don't give me good ideas now.
No,
Don't
you-
give me good ideas now. It doesn't matter.
You put it in the front, so when you picked it up, it wanted to move forward, which is where it needed to go.
No, it needed to go straight
The
up.
trans mount is still
honestly.
attached. It's going to pivot either way.
Yeah.
When I did the Honda stuff, I picked it up from the side like that on purpose. It's so
What
much
a
better.
kick in the nads.
Could have gave me some fucking advice
dummy.
2 days
See,
ago. when I
that's
did
the problem
this.
with having the podcast is we save all the juicy
Yeah,
stuff for this
it
day.
sucks.
And he's like, well, shit.
Well, actually, no. This. I don't know if this picture.
This was, yeah.
I started on this before everybody else was fucking awake.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday morning.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I got called off of work at 6:50 or 5:15 in the morning.
And you were already awake, so it's like, oh,
yeah, I was
something.
30 minutes down the road going to work. I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. I got called off. I'm like, cool. I get to spin around and go. I guess I'm gonna go work on my shit.
I'll go find something to do.
I'm like, what? Literally, what the fuck can I do while it's raining out inside my garage? I'm like,
Oil
fucking,
pan.
I'll pull the fucking WRX in.
Oil pan and then apparently not patch the trunk hole.
Well, yeah, did the oil pan. Well, got the oil pan down. Put the cherry picker back down. Ran to Peru to buy a whole bunch of shit. Come back. Just finished up the WRX. Was doing a bunch of other stuff. Trying to prep for Memorial Day weekend.
Which, thanks to inches of rain
Yeah.
everywhere, sounds like it's going to be different than what you prepped
Yeah,
for.
absolutely. But yeah, tried to make some progress on the WRX. Did. Oil pan's on it and done. It's full of oil and the oil filter.
Have you
is
gotten
on
to
now.
the fuel leak
I was
yet?
about to ask about
Fuel
that.
lines are going to be shipped tomorrow. it
Okay.
sounds like, by
So
the
you did,
guy
okay.
on Facebook. I
Cool.
messaged him yesterday while I was working on it and thinking about it. I'm like, hey, did you get them out of the car? And he's like, yes. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So $150 for OEM fucking fuel lines
Front to back?
from
As far as
from
they
the
disconnect.
underneath the rear seat floor pan through the firewall, which is
That's-
all it's
Fuck,
all
that
of the
ain't
hard
bad.
lines.
Yeah.
three hard lines. They're also 7
Yeah.
feet long. So he's
he's gonna ship them to you?
yeah, he's gonna ship them to me.
Oh, they're gonna be fucked.
He said no. He said he's like it's $70 to ship it because the box is so fucking big. I'm like, okay, fair.
Yeah, but whatever company gets this box is gonna bend them in half over their
Well,
leg and then throw them out of the truck.
Fair. I
Unfortunately,
hope not, but we'll see. I guess.
Welcome
Next
to modern-
episode, Andy kills some dude from FedEx.
Not again.
I'm gonna tell him not to ship them FedEx.
You're gonna give him a little like,
dude,
hey,
USPS or fucking
can you get him
UPS?
Can you get him to speedy delivery, please?
Somebody? Oh, fuck. fuck.
But
Where are
yeah.
you located? I'll just come pick them up.
I think like California or something.
Oh, hell no. I ain't going to that state.
$70 ain't that bad. Then.
Yeah, no. Well, I told him like $100. He's like, it's 70 to ship. I'm like, all right, fair.
All right, I
I'll
feel
take
you.
the gamble.
Well, oh, he didn't reply to my "Would you take 100?"
Ooh.
And I'm like, because I'm
Yikes.
like, anything is worth. Everything's always worth haggling a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give you a number.
I was gonna give him 120 if he said no to 100, but I'm like, all right, fair. I don't fucking care, and I want this car.
I
to
need
drive.
these
Yeah,
parts.
You're like, fine. Tell me what
Because-
number you want. Yeah.
Yeah. So next is the brake lines, most likely, while I'm waiting on the fuel lines to get in,
Right.
and then fuel lines, which is take out the rear seat, take out the front seat, rip up half of the carpet.
Yep. Well, you just fold the carpet.
Yeah,
over,
I'm more
but
worried about
still.
where it goes through the firewall at.
Yeah,
because
that's gonna be a bitch.
that might be a pain in the ass.
And those
but
might be like some weird grommets that are gonna rip.
there are grommets on the lines he's sending me, but
Sure. Either way,
still not excited to rip shit through
Yeah.
the firewall.
to rip fuel out through the firewall.
Yeah,
I would try to disconnect them up underneath the hood and then feed them up and through the
I'm
firewall.
probably just gonna cut them in half. Not like
They're
with a
full of
grinder.
fuel, my guy.
I'm gonna cut them with a like tubing
a
cutter.
pipe cutter.
Yeah, pipe cutter. That way, there's no sparks or anything.
and then just a little fuel line,
just torch
hose clamp adapter.
Just torch cutters.
one
quick and
done.
fast.
Yeah.
You got insurance on that place, right?
Not
Yeah.
enough.
Not the car. Actually, I need to put the car.
You should probably do that.
Well, I didn't have the VIN, so
Ah.
it took me like because I was gonna order new fuel lines through Subaru. Mm-hmm. They were
But
like,
you didn't have
"What's
the
the
VIN."
VIN?" Like they literally cannot look up anything without the
Nope.
VIN.
That is correct.
I'm like, I don't have the fucking VIN.
because it turns out Subaru changes parts left and right
well,
without telling anyone.
no, it's every OEM manufacturer.
They do
they,
it,
they,
yes.
they
just to
will not
piss you
give
off.
you parts without the
Yeah.
You say some of the aftermarket Ford ones will and some won't. Like,
Yeah,
It's
no,
like when you go to O'Reilly's. This is a two-wheel drive car or a four-wheel
Yeah,
drive.
no,
It
OEM
doesn't fucking matter. I need
Don't get
brake
me
pads.
started on O'Reilly's, okay? I had a fucking hell of a day with them the other day.
And you guys yelled
So-
at me when I stopped going there and went to
No,
Advance.
I mean, well, I go to
Fuck
I go
both of
to
those.
I go to Rock Auto to be fair,
Ah,
but
yeah.
no, I still
So-
O'Reilly's through and through.
I had the belt on my red truck because I changed the
Oh,
power
yeah.
steering pulley.
yes.
So I'm like, I need a 1-inch shorter belt. Like this is simple. I'll take the belt off, bring it with me, and say, "Here, I bought it from you guys.
Same width.
I bought it
same
from
teeth.
you guys in September of 23.
yeah,
Can you look up the part number and tell me how long it is? I'm pretty sure it's 103 inches.
yeah.
That took like 15 minutes.
Oh my god, I would have
Wh-
blown my fucking.
Who
brains
did you
out.
have?
One of the older guys. Not
That's
like an
the
old guy.
problem.
Yeah.
You know exactly who I'm talking
There
about.
are
Yeah.
4 people I enjoy working with, 2 that are okay, and 2 of them that I fucking hate.
Yeah. But I'm just like,
Go get somebody else.
And but the problem is like any fucking parts place has those people, so
Yeah.
you can't. Like,
but it's like,
just is what it
I know
is.
I bought it there, so I'm like, they'll know how
Yes.
long it is, so I know which one to get. I'm pretty, because it was either 102 or 103. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just look it up, whatever. Took a little bit to get to it, fine. Eventually figured it out. It's like, okay, it is a 103, it's this part number, whatever. I'm like, great, I need a 102 then.
Yeah.
Goes back there, we don't have it. Okay, what about this one? Or he looks it up, he's like, we don't have any 102s. I'm like, let me look on the app while you're standing at the computer in the store. And I'm like,
Yes.
here, this one. Go
Yeah.
go find me this one. Okay, comes back. We don't have it. This one, we don't have it. Like the manager lady comes over. She's like, hey, I found all those. They're right here. And he's just like, oh, okay. I'm like, sure, whatever. Okay. Here's where it gets weird.
Oh,
So this belt I bought in 2023. This is 2.5 years ago at this point, or
Yeah.
2 solid years ago. They go, okay, this is a warranty return, right? And I'm like,
no.
no. I'm like, I'm buying a different belt because I changed parts. And they're like, well, it's a Gates. It has a 3-year warranty, so it's a warranty return. This and that. And it's like,
Sure, fine.
I'm like,
So it's free.
I'm like,
sure.
I'm like,
Is that what it
Basically,
turned into?
it kind of is just like, she's like, well, these part numbers are different. I'm like, I know
Yes.
that. I want the shorter one.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
and that.
It's like when I tell them I have a 2006 front axle from a Ford and a 2006
Yeah.
rear axle from a Chevy.
In
They're
your
like,
Jeep.
whoa. Yeah, in a Jeep.
Yeah.
They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, I
It's
need
like,
to
no,
be,
turns out you fucking idiot.
yeah, I'm like, I need to be 1 inch shorter and this and that. And we like, it took, they click the button, click here, and it would like error out. 'cause
Yep.
you're going down the wrong path of the
Yep.
computer. And I'm like,
I love the.
I literally told him, like, I'll buy the belt. I'm not
I
that
don't
don't
care.
have to warranty.
Yeah.
I love the videos where it's like, hey, I need X part for this make model your car? Well, is that the car you're driving? Because that's not the engine that's in it. Yes, I know that because it's engine swapped because the engine that came in it was shitty.
Yeah.
So I swapped to something that's more reliable.
Must be a 2-2 thing, huh?
Well, I can't do that. No, I think it was some
Yeah,
Toyota
I
thing.
know,
but
but
it's
still.
like,
Either way.
it does not matter. I just need windshield wipers. It doesn't matter if it's a two-wheel or four-wheel drive car.
Oh, wait, hold on. Turns out windshield
sometimes.
wipers sometimes get complicated.
Sometimes it matters.
Dominic,
When?
2017, 16 Ford Fusion.
Okay.
Have you replaced them?
Yeah, they're a pain in the fucking ass.
They are like special order fucking this clip.
That's
only,
exactly
blah,
why I
blah,
don't
blah.
buy aftermarket.
Is that
for
you
them.
buy them from the Ford
Fucking-
dealer?
Oh,
don't you?
yeah.
because
that's-
they're simple on and off. I'm
Yeah.
not dealing with.
They're not
fucking
J-hooks?
adapters
Okay.
that don't.
They're not.
They're not
So,
J-hooks? Why the fuck are they not
No,
J-hook
I don't-
fucking
'cause-
wipers?
That's
I don't know.
stupid.
Because
That's an industry standard.
Ford knew it worked too well on my Explorer, and they said, "Fuck
Yeah,
this
fuck
guy.
that.
He'd be
It's
too. He
stupid.
ain't getting a titanium or proper windshield."
Yeah,
buying-
no, it's dumb.
Everybody
So,
buying those cars is 85 anyway.
Yeah,
the
that's
problem
fair.
is
They
that-
go to the dealership.
Like it was when I was working on the solar farm with him, and
Yeah.
it was like snowing the one morning, and his he doesn't use windshield wipers either. These were probably maybe this. He has 170,000 miles on that car.
They're probably like the
The
second
OE
set.
The
windows.
second set maybe
Oof.
because he rain X's it and waxes the windshield every all the time.
Yeah.
So he just literally.
Doesn't need
I
the
tell him all the
wipers.
time like, can you turn your windshield wiper on so I can see out the window? He's like, sure. But either way, the fucking blade literally broke off. So it was the metal arm on the window. So he's like, I would have ran these for another year, but I don't want to fuck up my windshield. I'm like, fair, let's go find you some. Because we had a half day rain day that too.
Yep.
So I'm like, all right, cool. We went to I had to go into Runnings, which is the old Big R at Stock and Field,
I
whatever.
love Runnings.
Had to go in there anyway.
Such a good story.
Bought some fucking cheapo wipers.
Turns out.
Turns out they were fucking wrong. So we had like $30 in wipers that are wrong.
Yep.
So then we go to fucking O'Reilly's because I needed parts, I think, for the Grand Marquis at the time. Oh, it was a fuel filter,
yeah,
I think. I was
probably.
picking up. I'm like, all right.
I need wipers for this car.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, and like we try finding it in the aisle, and the guy comes over, he's like, and it's the guy who just some fat fucking O'Reilly's guy who just walked
know-it-all.
up all cocky.
Yep.
He's like, what fucking car you got? And Dom was like, 2017 Ford Fusion. He's like, oh, okay. He's like looking around. He's like, okay, should be this or this. Turns
Nope.
out he
Wrong.
was close, but the last number was wrong, and that's what makes it this
what makes it-
special hook style.
Jesus
So he's like, no, hold on. Let me go up to the computer. I'm like, we could have just started at the computer, been done with this 10 minutes ago. But here we are. Whatever, man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
See, that's
fucking- so yeah. Sometimes the windshield wipers
It does matter.
It is sometimes it is 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel
But yeah,
drive.
going back to this belt, it's like, all in all, I walked in there with a 2.5-year-old belt just to check the length on it.
And they wanted to bitch him on about a warranty claim.
They gave me a brand new belt and paid me $9.
Fuck it, I'll
They
take
gave
it.
me back
Oh,
$9.
They did that. They did that. I bought a bunch of just like random shit. I was returning the wheel bearings I didn't need because turns out it was that little metal ring on the new CV shaft I put in.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I didn't need the bearings, so I returned the bearings. I tried like hell to buy shit, and they still ended up owing me like $20. I'm like, just fucking. I tried, dude. I've everything, every vehicle I can work on. My Jeep doesn't need oil. My truck's good for 3,000 more miles.
Can't spend another $20.
I don't know what else literally to buy right now.
Get
so
Culvers.
just.
No,
From Culvers with it.
he wants to spend
I was
it at
trying to
O'Reilly's.
spend them at
Yeah.
spend it at
He was
O'Reilly's.
trying to zero his
Cash
credit out
Yeah.
on O'Reilly's.
But I'm like, I literally, I don't, without just blowing money, I have no fucking.
Just goes to
clue
the
what
air
I buy.
freshener aisle and starts scraping.
Maybe I thought about it.
goes and
Honestly.
buys an overpriced underglow kit.
He's
Yeah,
like, looks up, he's like, give me the O'Reilly's sign, whatever.
No.
Oh, actually, that would be a good
But
investment.
yeah, somehow I brought in a belt just to check the length, and they paid me $9 and gave me a new belt. I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
Fuck,
This
you gonna
is-
argue with me?
this is why your guys' prices are 3 times what Rock Auto is, and your
Yeah.
service is way worse.
Yeah.
It took me 45 minutes of my life I'll never get back, but I got a belt.
You know, the worst thing about Rock Auto is you get a part and it doesn't bolt up. That's your fault.
Usually, yeah. It's very rare they send the wrong one. It does
Well, yeah.
happen, but the parts store also gets it wrong too. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, that was a rally crossing and crashing carring and fixing Subarus and all the fun things.
We always fix Subarus.
Because they're always
Unfortunately.
broken.
Fuck you.
They're so easy to work on.
No,
They are easy to work
grind when
on. They
shift
just
sometimes.
they just constantly
Just
break.
suck.
And on that note, that's it for today.
Good lord.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.